En primer lugar, no sé qué significa chamba. En segundo lugar, no puedes ir a lo que cojones sea que es eso, no estando en el punto de preparación mínimo, que es haberse visto el PvP Civilización, a lo que cojones sea chamba. Buenas noches. Estaba con poco de levantarme a fregar y esto me ha dado ánimos para seguir con mi vida. Para las triadas. A estas horas de la noche va la otro. Ni de coña, loco. Voy buscándolo ya. Hay película entera. 2 horas 50 minutos. Ay, mi puta madre.
Let's go.
Coño de la... 2 horas... 2 horas...
World of Tanks es un juego.
Perdón, 2 horas 50 putos minutos PvP Civilization película completa. Puede que haya cometido un pequeño error a la hora de afirmar que íbamos a vernos. Abro YouTube, el chat, el directo, pero no, hola, buena gente de YouTube, buenas noches. Jessica Aguilar. ¿Vas a jugar al Civilization 7 o me estoy fumando un porro? Ah, es una peli nada. No, no voy a jugar al Civilization ni es una película. Es algo muchísimo peor. A ver, hace tiempo... hace tiempo hubo un momento en el que internet estaba lleno de vídeos de mierda de... Nadie elige saltar por el filete, porque en el mundo del parkour no sé qué. Y son unos vídeos de un man que son como lo más cerebro liso del universo. O sea, son vídeos que están hechos para que te conviertas en retrasado mental mientras los ves. O sea, te diluyen el cerebro, te lo destruyen completamente por dentro. Pero que de fondo está... había un lore, había una historia bien construida. Pero era... O sea, es que yo, según lo estaba viendo, podía notar como mis putas neuronas iban muriendo. La cosa es que nos vimos PvP... O sea, nos vimos Parkour Civilization. Fue una experiencia traumática. Pero resulta que había PvP Civilization. Pero cuando hice lo de parkour no estaba entero. Entonces hace ya un tiempo que lo acabó entero el man. Se llama Evo. Es un canal de YouTube que tiene... ¿Qué decir? Voy a poner jugar. Screen. El man tiene... No sale aquí. Está fuera de pantalla. Pero bueno. 3,34 millones de seguidores, de suscriptores. 6,2 millones de visualizaciones en PvP Civilization. Vamos a vernos esta pedazo de mierda. Si no habéis visto Parkour Civilization, estáis a tiempo de daros la vuelta y huir. Eso es todo lo que puedo deciros. Como los títulos del vídeo, tendrá automáticos, supongo.
Time to swing your sword.
Es que ya empieza con los sonidos, loco. Bueno, empezamos. Son 3 putas horas casi, o sea que habrá que empezar ya.
Let's go. Time to swing your sword.
Time for my daily PvP check.
Hacemos un pequeño pool de si queréis o no subtítulos, porque a mí me van a enfadar. Y son 3 putas horas. Os quiero decir, bueno, no me van a enfadar, pero como ya ahora mismo el que no esté separado en líneas y tal me resulta un poco violento. No, son subtítulos autogenerados de YouTube, no son subtítulos limpios de ver una cosa en Netflix, ¿sabes? Barrapol. Sus. Sí. No. Duración, 1 minuto. Iniciar encuesta. Quien no sepa inglés igual hasta agradece no entenderlo. Ese es el espíritu, ese es el verdadero espíritu. ¿Tenéis tiempo para votar? 6-10, 7-10, 9-10, está igualado. 10-10, 10-11, 11-12. He puesto un puto minuto, o sea que aquí os deis prisa en votar o tal. Va a salir que sí. 15-14. Va a salir que sí. 16-14 va a salir que sí. 17-15. Yo respeto la democracia, o sea, pocas cosas respeto más que la democracia. (17-17), perfecto. 50, 18-17. El chat de YouTube. Está Maxus Germin diciendo, ¿le puedes poner subtítulos al vídeo? Vuelve Jessica. La pregunta es, ¿por qué? Dante, el material otra vez, perfecto, no era falta de las conexiones sinápticas.
He entrado creyendo que era
Así termina una persona que hace la nariz cada 2 días, tú no puedo. Entonces el proyecto competitivo de Civilization 6, ni sé. Es bastante más competitivo esto que lo que tú estás pidiendo. O sea, aquí la competición está muy, muy por encima de eso. Perfecto, 50-50. Sois literalmente gilipollas. Dejamos subtítulos hasta que me canse de ellos.
Let's just get this over with.
Bueno, hay que empezar al principio.
Let's go.
Es importante que lo veamos del
Let's
principio.
go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Bueno,
Time
ya,
to swing your
suficiente.
sword.
Time for my daily PvP check. Let's just get this over with.
You know how it goes. You owe me 1 PvP attack.
Here in PvP Civilization, your entire life is measured by the amount of hits you have left with your sword. If your sword breaks, well, it's game over.
Don't think I forgot. You weren't in your room yesterday. You still owe me 1 more PvP attack.
Bro, come on, are you serious? I can't afford that. I only have 3 attacks left with my sword. If I give you one, I won't even be able to close my door tonight.
Not my problem. You should have upgraded to a stone sword when you had the chance.
The PvP guard was right. I had a chance for a longer life, and I wasted it.
Alright, you're good. I would say see you tomorrow, but I doubt you'll be around. Good luck.
Like I said, the amount of PvP attacks you have is your life. And that also means I only have 2 swings left of my sword before my life in PvP Civilization is over. But that's how PvP Civilization works. If you upgrade your...
Vale, va, me voy a poner con... O sea, quiero decir... ¿Qué cojones es esto? Tú deja... O sea... Vivimos normalmente... os quejáis de que soy tonto, de que hago ruidos en el micrófono... os podéis quejar de muchas cosas, pero la realidad es que yo os ofrezco aquí una parcela de internet que está protegida. Esto es un parque natural. Hay unos muros que os separan de lo exterior, de lo que hay fuera, del fuego, de las llamas. Entonces, de vez en cuando está bien bajar esos muros y exponerse a lo que hay fuera. Y esto, dentro de lo que hay fuera, al menos aquí no hay maldad. Se me escucha doble, porque se me va a escuchar doble. Si mejor me escuchas doble tú que eres bobo, porque tendrás abierto todos tus streamings o algo. No debe escucharse doble, está muteado. Oh, ¡ay, mi madre! No, eres tú. Al menos en este vídeo, o sea, en el canal de este pavo al menos no hay maldad. O sea, creo que no va a haber a mitad una pausa para hablar de apuestas o alguna mierda así, o para discriminar a gente o cosas del palo. Entonces, dentro de lo malo, esto solamente es cerebro absolutamente liso. Es lo más cerebro liso que existe. O sea, si haces un esfuerzo por pensar durante esto, puede que te dé un ictus. La experiencia completa se ve si apagas tu cerebro al completo, ¿sabes? Si estás babeando es perfecto. Dicho esto, nos quedan mucho tiempo.
Sword, you can live a longer life. Rumor has it that people
Te leo,
with
pero
stone
no voy a
swords live
implementarlo,
twice
sé
as
lo que
long
es lo
as
que
the
me vas a
wooden
decir.
swords. I can't even begin to imagine if my life was over 100
No.
attacks long.
Ya hay
But
suficientes niños con peta aquí.
unfortunately, that will always be a dream because I'll never be able to get a stone sword. There was a time when I actually thought I could get a stone sword. That's
Es que va a
pretty
ser la
much
misma
what
puta
everyone
historia, tal
thinks
cual.
when they're at the wood
Uy,
sword.
le da me gusta sin querer.
This
Bueno, ya.
massive wall in front of me is called the Red Gate.
¿Cómo no me va a
This
gustar?
gate is what's stopping me and all the other wooden swords from getting a better life. Truth be told, I haven't seen anyone get past the Red Gate. It's every wooden sword's goal to get past the Red Gate because that's how you get your stone sword. Opening the door is expensive. It costs 3 PvP attacks alone just to get through the gate. And that's the easy part about upgrading your sword. The hard part is the PvP battles. In order to actually get through the gate, a wooden sword needs to win 3 PvP battles. And that's why getting a stone sword is nearly impossible, because people barely fight in PvP Civilization, at least not at the wood sword level. Picking a fight is too risky. The more you use your sword, the shorter your life gets. And that's not including the fact that you could die from the battle itself. It's only when people are desperate, that's when they fight each other. Because that's the only way to increase your lifespan in PvP Civilization. Defeating a player in battle causes them to drop their sword, and the winner gets the amount of hits they had left in their life. Other than upgrading to a stone sword, that's the only way to make sure you live a longer life in PvP Civilization. Unfortunately for me, neither one of those is an option now. All I can do now is save my 2 swords wings and wait for a miracle.
Hey, kid. I'm selecting you to battle in the 1v1 arena tomorrow. Be ready to fight.
Whoa, what? You're selecting me for the 1v1? I can't do a 1v1. I have 2 hits left with my sword. I can't win a fight in 2 hits.
Well, that's why I'm picking you, buddy. You should be thanking me for
Va a hacer un
ending your
crítico
suffering.
360.
This is just
Cuidado.
great. Well, I can no longer wait for a miracle.
A ver,
This is my last day of PvP Civilization.
No,
Even
nada
if
de,
I had
nada de
enough
vídeos de
durability
sonidos,
with my sword
desfijar.
to win a battle, I've
No.
never won a battle before. In fact, I've never even fought anyone in PvP
Loco,
Civilization. So, I think it's safe to say
¿Por qué no
that
me- ay,
tomorrow my life
no
is over.
sonidos, ya tiene
Everyone
sonidos
in
base, no hay que
PvP
meter más
Civilization
sonidos.
always keeps their door shut.
No.
The reason for that is that people could catch you off guard during the middle
No.
of the night. The problem I have now is that it costs 1
¿Por qué queréis mancillar una obra maestra? Ya tiene los sonidos que necesita. No necesita más sonidos que los que tiene. ¿Alguien se acuerda de cuál fue la cuenta de parkour y de sonidos de escopeta o sea, del parkour Civilization? Porque fue como... De hecho, lo vimos en 2 tandas. Igual hay que hacerlo en 2 tandas esta vez, ¿eh? Igual hay que hacer una pausa en algún momento. Dato.
attack to open and close your door. And given that I have 2 attacks
que alguien
left,
llevó la
I
cuenta,
cannot
exacto.
close my door or else I'll die.
Les dijimos democracia,
So, I
te
think
estás
it's safe to
confundiendo.
say I will have a hard time sleeping tonight. I actually can't even use my bed at all. You have to pay to use your bed in PvP Civilization, which I cannot afford to. Ah, this is how my life is gonna end. I couldn't even manage to get myself a stone sword. And now I'll never be able to figure out what life is like beyond that wall.
Da que pensar, tío.
To my surprise, I woke up the next day still alive. I thought for sure
Increíble.
someone would come into my room in the middle of the night and eliminate me, but I was wrong. Unfortunately, my fate remains the same. The PvP guard was waiting for me
No
to
puedo.
escort me to the 1v1 arena. There was no point in stalling. This was the end.
Wow. I'm honestly surprised you're still alive. All right, follow me.
I followed the PvP guard as he led me to the 1v1 sector. I took one last look at the red gate, knowing I'll never figure out what's behind that wall. That is, unless I...
Llevamos 4 minutos 17 segundos. ¿Queréis volver a empezar? ¿Queréis llevar... O sea, queréis contar... Quiero decir... Barra Paul. La gente de YouTube lo siento mucho porque os estoy ignorando completamente de cara a esto. Estoy en Twitch haciendo pool. O sea, estoy haciendo una votación. Uy. Bueno, no cabe. Un minuto. Está haciendo una votación para poder volver a empezar, para que la gente pueda contar disparos de escopeta y o PvPs, lo que ellos quieran. Gente de YouTube, estáis secuestrados ahora mismo. ¿Quieres pagar
Pero
una puta vez?
completamente.
¿Es esto un directo en YouTube o en Twitch? Yo hago directo en los dos sitios a la vez. Hola. Hola, Ender Dark, entre paréntesis, It's Allow You. Hago directo llevo haciendo directo en Twitch 12 años o algo así. Y en algún momento cambiaron las normas de la plataforma y se puede hacer directo simultáneo, lo cual está guay porque así se quedan los vídeos ya directamente subidos en YouTube y no hace falta que los resuba yo. Los directos están automáticamente en la pestaña de en directo en el canal de YouTube. Y luego aparte recorto cosas y las vuelvo a subir recortadas y tal. Pero que de normal llevo 1000 años haciendo directos en Twitch. Lo de YouTube es relativamente reciente. Pero es bonito. Es que, o sea, es encuesta, 0 participación. Quiero decir, 29 votos sí, 18 no, y 29 personas van, ahora mismo que acabamos de empezar, a secuestrar a 204 que están en YouTube, o sea, en Twitch, y 60 en YouTube. 29 personas van a secuestrar a toda esta puta gente. Y luego que la democracia tal. Chico, lo siento mucho. Pero...
Or shut.
Let's go. Time to swing your sword.
Time for my daily PvP check. Let's just get this over with.
You know how it goes. You owe me 1 PvP attack.
Here in PvP Civilization, your entire life
Fan tres
is
ya.
measured by the amount of hits you have left with your sword. If your sword breaks, well, it's game over.
Don't think
Parkour
I
Civilization lo
forgot.
vi en
You
directo.
weren't in your room yesterday.
Si quieres
You still
verlo,
owe
o sea,
me
está,
one more
está
PvP
subido.
attack.
Bro, come on, are you
Fue
serious?
visto.
I can't afford that. I only have 3 attacks left with my sword. If I
He hecho
give
una
you one,
intro antes
I
explicando
won't
las
even be
circunstancias al
able to
respecto,
close
vamos.
my door tonight.
Not
Le
my
tengo un cierto
problem.
aprecio a
You
esta
should have
mierda.
upgraded to a stone sword when you had the chance.
The PvP guard was right. I had a chance for a
¿Por qué
longer
no
life, and I wasted it.
Voy a
All
pura
right,
gominola.
you're good. I would say see you tomorrow, but I doubt you'll be around. Good luck.
Like I said, the amount of PvP attacks you have is your life. And that also means I only have 2 swings left of my sword before my life in PvP Civilization is over. But that's how PvP Civilization works. If you upgrade your sword, you can live a longer life. Rumor has it that people with the stone
¿Ha habido un
swords
timeout?
live
¿Por qué?
twice as long as the wooden swords. I can't even begin to imagine if my life was over 100 attacks long. But
Joder, Luisito, loco.
unfortunately, that will always be a dream, because I'll never be able to get a stone sword. There was a time when I actually thought I could get a stone sword. That's pretty much what everyone thinks when they're at the wood sword level. This massive wall in front of me is
Bote
called
que sí
the
lo vi,
Red
acabo de
Gate.
disfrutar.
This gate is what's
Estoy
stopping me and all the other wooden swords from getting a better life. Truth be told, I haven't seen anyone get past the Red Gate. It's every wooden sword's
Menos mal que
goal
hemos
to
empezado, no
get
me saltando
past
la
the
historia,
Red
fue complicado
Gate,
seguir.
because that's how you get your stone sword. Opening the door is expensive. It costs 3 PvP attacks alone just to get through the gate. And that's the easy part about upgrading your sword. The hard part is the PvP battles. In order to actually get through the gate, a wooden sword needs to win 3 PvP battles. And that's why getting a stone sword is nearly impossible, because people barely fight in PvP Civilization. At least
No voy a
not at
volver a
the wood
empezar,
sword
o sea, que
level.
decir.
Picking a fight is too risky. The more you use your sword, the shorter your
No voy a
life
empezar.
gets. And
Vale,
that's
tronco
not
no lleva
including
bien.
the fact that you could die from the battle itself. It's only when people are desperate that's when they fight each other, because that's the only way to increase your lifespan in PvP Civilization. Defeating a player in battle causes them to drop their sword, and the winner gets the amount of hits they had left in their life. Other than upgrading to a stone sword, that's the only way to make sure you
Fuera
live
de
a
coñas,
longer
el tío ha
life in
mejorado
PvP
su forma de
Civilization.
narrar.
Unfortunately for me, neither
Hay
one
mucha
of
más
those
emoción
is
que
an
en
option
parkour.
now. All I can do now is save my 2 sword swings and wait for a miracle.
Hey, kid, I'm selecting you to battle in the 1v1 arena tomorrow. Be ready to fight.
Whoa, what? You're selecting me for the 1v1? I
Efectivamente.
can't do a 1v1. I have 2 hits left with my sword. I can't win a fight in 2 hits.
Well, that's why I'm picking you, buddy.
Haber estudiado,
You should be
tío.
thanking me for ending your suffering.
Ah, this is just great. Well, I can no longer wait for a miracle. This is my last day of PvP Civilization. Even if I had
La puta
enough
música.
durability with my sword to win a battle, I've never won a battle before. In fact, I've never even fought anyone in PvP Civilization. So, I think it's safe to say that tomorrow, my life is over. Everyone in PvP Civilization always keeps their door shut. The reason for that is that people could catch you off guard during the middle of the night. The problem I have now is that it costs 1 attack to open and close your door. And given that I have 2 attacks left, I cannot close my door or else I'll die. So, I think it's safe to say I will have a hard time sleeping tonight. I actually can't even use my bed at all. You have to pay to use your
Tiene
bed
que
in
pegar a la pared
PvP
un puñetazo para
Civilization,
dormir.
which I cannot afford to. This is how my
Tú
life
disfruta,
is
tú
gonna
disfruta.
end. I couldn't even manage to get myself a stone sword. And now I'll never be able to figure out what life is like beyond that wall. To my surprise, I woke up the next day still alive. I thought for sure someone would come into my room in the middle of the night and eliminate me, but I was wrong. Unfortunately, my fate remains the same. The PvP guard was waiting for me to escort me to the 1v1 arena. There was no point in stalling. This was the end.
Wow, I'm honestly surprised you're still alive. All right, follow me.
I followed the PvP guard as he led me to the 1v1 sector. I took one last look at the red gate, knowing I'll never
que haber
figure
un
out what's
público
behind that
genuino
wall.
de esto,
That
¿no?
is, unless I somehow win this 1v1. To be honest, I don't think
Hostia,
anyone in
imagínate, es verdad que
history has
descubren
won a
muy Pinterest.
1v1 with 2 hits of a sword.
Tiene que haber un
Even if that
público
was
real.
possible, I haven't even hit anyone with a sword before, so I don't think that's gonna be me. This was my first time in the 1v1 sector. All I know about this place is that 2 people go in and 1 person comes out.
Just wanted to
Increíble.
let you know that I picked an opponent with full health for you. I didn't want to make you think you had a chance.
Oh, okay. I guess that's very generous of you. Thanks for letting me know. The whole point of mandatory 1v1s is to get rid of the players in
Va a ser un
PvP
viejo y le va a dar su
Civilization that
alma.
don't fight. I guess it's a way to separate the strong and the weak. And well, I am definitely a part of the weak. I made it to the top of the 1v1 arena, and the door closed behind me. There
Pero es
was
que, ¿por qué
no
no puede
escape from this
callarse ni un
place. The
segundo,
only
loco?
way I could leave is by winning the 1v1. Whoever made this place made sure that a jump from this height couldn't be survived. But as I was looking over the edge, I heard a door close behind me, and I turned around to see my opponent staring face to face with me.
Shotgun.
This is gonna be quick. Hey man, so look, the guard told me you're at full health. I'm also at full health, so I know this is gonna be a tough battle for both of us. And you know, with me being super experienced at PvP, if you want to surrender, I'm okay with it. Whoa. Okay, wait, just wait. Look, I have a wife and I have a kid back home, okay? Okay, I have two kids back home.
Stop this right now.
Okay, I'm sorry, I don't have a wife or I don't have kids, I'm just panicking.
Tell me, why is it you think we are here? Am I correct in assuming you also have no memory of before PvP civilization?
Cuidado, empieza el lore.
That's true. I don't
perdido
know how we
todo.
got here, but
El
does it
lore
really
dumpa empieza
matter?
ahora,
I
cuidado.
mean, this is the life that was given to us. Why are you asking me that?
Because none of this makes any sense. Fighting with no purpose, being told that our swords are our entire lives.
But our swords are our entire lives. If they break, our
Profundo,
lives are over.
No, I don't think that's ever been true.
In that moment, my opponent violated the one rule of PvP civilization and dropped his sword.
We don't have to fight. We can live without PvP.
But just as those words were spoken, my opponent served as an example of why you never drop your sword in PvP civilization. Okay, what just happened? I walked over to the floating sword sitting on the ground, and after standing by it for a couple of seconds, the sword merged into my own, and the doors to the 1v1 arena opened again. I won the 1v1, but that's when I looked down at my sword and saw that my life was now 39 attacks long. That guy had almost a full durability wooden sword? Why would he just drop this? I mean, with 39 attacks, I could do anything. Maybe my dream wasn't gone after all. Maybe I actually could become a stone sword. Despite winning the 1v1, I wasn't safe yet. I was still at half a heart, and PvP civilization is a dangerous place. I was gonna need to fix this problem soon.
Wait, what? How are you still alive? It was physically impossible for you to win.
Yeah, well, I used my 2 hits pretty wisely, I guess, but honestly, thank you for sending me in there. My life is so much longer. You kind of saved my life.
Well, that's just fantastic. I had a bet worth 5 PvP attacks with one of the other guards that you would lose. So, thanks for that.
Oh, sorry, man.
Banana.
Wait, you bet with the other PvP guards that I'd die? What is wrong with you?
Just be grateful you're alive, kid. Like you said, I practically saved your life, remember?
Okay, so PvP civilization is much worse than
Ya
I
va a
thought it
volver, o sea,
was.
quiero decir.
All right, well, I guess
Ese man va a
enjoy your
volver.
longer life for now.
Bueno, igual nos
I'll be here
sorprende. O sea,
tomorrow.
hasta ahora
The
está
guard
siendo
brought me back to my home,
Exacto-
a
bueno, no el
place
mismo
just
setup,
a
pero
few
muy
moments
parecido.
ago I thought I would never see again. I left this place with 2 PvP attacks. That's all I had. I mean, I didn't even have enough attacks to close my own door.
No spoilers, no
And now,
spoilers. Ya busca si hay
I can
pausas.
afford to
En
close
plan,
my
si hay
door a lot of
4
times,
capítulos.
which is good, because if someone in PvP civilization wants to fight me, let's just say I'm not gonna last a long time with half a heart. For now, keeping my door shut and staying locked inside my room sounds terrific. I don't even know what I should do now. I mean, a few minutes ago, I had quite literally a 0% chance of survival. And now I'm practically rich in PvP civilization. All right, time to log all of this in my video journal machine. Hi everyone. This
Esto es
is
nuevo.
day something of being in PvP civilization, and let's just say my life has had some crazy changes. To start, I got my first win in PvP
es el lore.
civilization.
No, el lore-
I
son lores
never
independientes.
thought
Son-
I
es
would
un-
see
es
a
un
number that
multiverso.
wasn't a 0 next to my name. Granted, it wasn't actually a win. My opponent dropped his sword and said some ominous things before sacrificing himself. But, I mean, a win's a win if you ask me. I don't make the rules of PvP. So now I have 39 hits with my sword, which is insane.
38 la pega a la
And I
puerta.
can't help thinking that maybe this could be my chance to finally rank up to a stone sword. To find out what life is like behind that wall.
37, pero tendrás que abrir la puerta
probably
en algún
gonna sign
momento.
off there. Oftentimes, I wonder if talking to this machine is even worth it, but no one has friends in PvP civilization, so it's all I got. Now, I gotta focus on the important thing, and that's staying alive. If I actually have a chance at getting a stone sword, I'm not going to be able to do it at half
me
a
trae
heart, which
recuerdos de
means
Marvel
I can't hide
Hornets.
behind my door anymore. I have to go
Joder,
get
la
food if I wanna
comparación.
live. Oh no, that's not good. Right when I opened my door, I noticed that the
Cuidado.
person living across from me had their door open. Whoever lives there wasn't hiding in their room anymore. This could only mean one of two things. One, they were going to the PvP marketplace, or two, they're looking for a fight. Honestly, they could be doing a bit of both. A lot of fights take place in the PvP marketplace, which is why getting food is one of the most dangerous things to do in PvP Civilization. But at this point, I'm left with no options. I need food. I might have extended my lifespan by getting more sword durability, but that doesn't mean I can't die by starvation. I made my way over to where the
Quiero
PvP
hablar, pero es que no para de hablar el hijo de puta.
marketplace
Yo
game
entiendo
was.
que esto
Given
está
that I didn't
dirigido a
see anyone
farmearse
on the way
niños.
over here, it's very likely that someone is
Completamente.
inside the PvP marketplace right
Pero
now.
como luego hay
Maybe
algo de
I'm
fondo
leading myself into a trap, but that's a risk I'm gonna have
que
to
está
take. I paid one attack to open the
genuinamente
gate,
bien,
and I was now
aunque me duela
in the
decirlo,
PvP
en plan,
marketplace. This
hay un
is where
trabajo de
every
verdad,
player in PvP
aunque sea una puta mierda.
Civilization buys anything
Luego
they
llega gente de
want or
forma
anything
irónica a
they
verlo,
need.
y luego,
Players
pues,
only usually come
la
here
bola
when they're
crece.
desperate, which is why so many fights take
Pero aún así,
place
o sea,
here.
que hay peña,
Dangerous
hay
part about
peña
the PvP
que tiene más de
marketplace is
12
that
años
there
que ve esto
are
de
a
forma
lot of
irónica,
places
estoy
to
seguro.
hide. Someone could be
Alguien.
hiding around a corner for hours, waiting to strike at any moment. And if you aren't careful, your life in PvP Civilization could
Me he
be
perdido, luego
over
no sé
in
qué está
an
haciendo.
instant, which is why I'm taking the parkour route instead of the ladders today. I have one goal, and that's to get food and get out
Vale.
without being spotted. I took a big risk going
Uy,
up the
mal parkour
parkour
ese,
way,
cuidado.
and
Mucho
it
riesgo.
is impossible. Oh, I can't make this jump without sprint. Maybe if I was a parkour god, I might be able to, but I'm not.
¿Te imaginas
Time
que
to
fueras
find
un
a new
parkour
way.
god?
But right as I went down to find a new way, I saw another player. My suspicions were confirmed, and I was not alone in the PvP marketplace. The
Cuidado.
only advantage I have is that I saw them before they saw me. So, I still might be able to make this work. If that player is still up there, I should be able to take the ladder on the backside of the marketplace without being noticed. The best part about going up this way is that it gets me extremely close to buying the raw chicken or raw pork chop. I got to the top of the ladder expecting an ambush, but I was still in the clear. The good news is that I still had eyes on the player, and I was right in front of the shops where I could get food. If I played this right, I could get the food and get out without being spotted. I quietly climbed up the ladder and took cover behind one of the shops before I was seen. Okay, step one done. Now I just need to buy some food. I could either get raw chicken that costs 1 attack, or I could go behind me and get the raw pork chop that costs 2 attacks. Wait, bro, what? The pork chop's kind of a scam. I'm just gonna buy a lot of chicken. I swung at the armor
va a poner
stand
malo,
one
te va a
time,
entrar- te va a
and
sentar
I
mal
got
el
one
pollo.
piece of chicken. Okay, that's one. Let's see if she sees me. No, okay, she sees me. I am so dead. What do I do? What do I do? I have nowhere to go. I'm so done for.
Just so you know, I spotted you right as you walked in, if that makes you feel any better.
Well, don't get any closer, okay? I've won a lot of PvP battles in my life, so I wouldn't try anything.
Relax. I already have 3 wins and I'm getting my stone sword tomorrow. I don't need to fight you.
Wait, what? She didn't try attacking me.
¿Eres
Let's
una
go, I'm
woman?
still alive. That was now the second time
En la
where I thought for sure
civilización?
my journey in
¿Qué está
PvP
pasando,
Civilization would be over. But it's far from over. I got 5 pieces of chicken now,
Tiene un
and I
lógico
still
respecto al
have
parkour.
31
Creo que son
hits left
invent-
with
son
my
historias
sword.
paralelas,
And
sin
that's
más.
all
O sea, es el
because
mismo puto
that
personaje.
woman decided not to attack me. In all my time in PvP Civilization,
sí.
I've never met someone who didn't try to attack me. Actually, I
No sé,
take
no sé,
that
me ha empezado una
back.
polla.
There was the guy from the 1v1 arena that didn't want to fight me. That was also the guy that said we could live without PvP. But this woman is different. I think the other guy was crazy. I mean, why would he drop his sword? I mean, even though no one here seems to know a thing about where we are and why we're here, everyone understands that PvP is your
puta
life. I
mierda,
remember
loco.
my first day here, and that's when I realized you had to PvP
Cuidado,
to survive.
Lore.
My first day, I woke up inside of a room, much smaller than the one I have now, but we'll get to that later. I had no memory of anything before. All I knew was my name. And all I had on me was this wooden sword. But little did I know was that this sword determined my entire life in this civilization. I walked over to the wall to see a
¿Cuánto
sign
llevamos?
next to the picture of my face.
14
It said
minutos.
that the number of wins I had was 0. And
No está mal.
honestly, that number did not change for a while. I mean, it literally changed today.
El
After
caso
being
del
stuck
juego
behind my
de
door for a
parkour.
while, it didn't take long to figure out that PvP
Voy a
meant
poner como para
everything in
disfrutar,
this
tío.
place. PvP was used to open doors, to close doors, and to keep you alive. Obviously, I did not know that back then, so I wasted a lot of swings just opening and closing my door. So after I was done, probably making my
Clásico
life a
error,
few
tío,
days
de
shorter,
perfeccionizarte.
I
Hay que tener cuidado
decided
con
to
eso.
explore the place that I found myself in. And let's just say, I really wish someone would have told me that my sword durability was my lifespan before finding out about the PvP marketplace. This place single-handedly made my life very, very short. I walked around the PvP marketplace and I stumbled upon the realization that PvP was not only used to close and open doors. You could use PvP to buy items. PvP was like a currency in here. So, with that being said, I bought a furnace for 2 attacks, without having any food. I also bought a chest for 2 attacks without having any items.
Buena adquisición,
to put in
señor.
it. And one might think I would have bought raw chicken or raw pork chop when I saw it, given that I was buying everything I could see. But no, for some reason, I decided not to get any food, and instead, I bought a journal machine for 3 attacks. Obviously, looking back, it was not a very smart decision, and I honestly don't even know why they sell these things.
Es una
I
buena
bought
journal
one piece
machine,
of
te hacen
coal
buenos
because
blogs.
why not? And that's when I saw the large house. And I think anyone can assume what I did when I was
Chico.
faced with such a large purchase. So, it is pretty safe to say that the PvP marketplace kind of ruined my life. But it's okay now, cuz we're back on track, and this time I actually learned to spend my swings on food and not physical items that serve no purpose at all. I made my way back up to
Importante
my
mensajes.
house, and I realized that the woman from the PvP marketplace made it back to her room as well. She said that tomorrow she's
Hace como
getting her
6 meses que
stone
no veo
sword,
Twitch por
which
movidas.
means
Ya no
if
estás en el
she's
comedor, me he
gonna
perdido el
rank
lore.
up, she already
Me he
has
comprado una
3
casa, entre
victories.
medias.
I started cooking my food,
Ya-
and I loaded
ya no
up
estoy
the
en ese
video
comedor,
journal
estoy en otra
machine
casa
to talk
diferente que es
to,
mía.
well, myself. All right, so
Hay
crazy
mucho
update
lore,
in
sí.
PvP Civilization. I met this girl in the PvP marketplace, and I think she might like me. I mean, she made eye contact with me for like at least 2 seconds. But anyways, I
Está
figured
loco.
out that she has 3 wins in PvP Civilization, which means she knows how to fight. So, that being said, I have a plan, and it might help me get a stone sword. So, after I eat all of this cooked chicken and get some more health so I won't die in one hit, I am gonna try to talk to her and see if she can help me rank up. So, if anyone's watching these video journals, which I'm guessing no one will, wish me luck. Alright, well, if this works, I might be able to figure out how to get 3 wins.
¿Cuánto dura esto?
Hello,
Mucho.
this is the guy
Creo
from
que vamos
the
a hacerlo en
PvP
2
marketplace.
tandas.
We met a few minutes
Porque-
ago, pretty good looking.
3
Yes?
putas
What do you
horas,
want?
loco.
Wait, she didn't say I wasn't good looking.
3
Okay,
putas
stop
horas son
focus.
muchas horas.
Look, I was just thinking maybe you could try teaching me how to
Son
rank up
3
to become a
putas
stone sword.
horas.
And why should I help you with that?
Well,
¿Es su vecina de enfrente?
I don't know.
Ah, bueno,
I
claro.
mean, I just figured that since you were one of the only people to not attack me in this place, maybe you were different from the others. Maybe you could actually help me.
Listen, kid, don't you know by now you're not supposed to trust anyone in PvP Civilization? And that includes me.
Look, I know we're not supposed to
¿Es
trust
esto una
anyone in
Marvel
PvP
Hornet referencia de
Civilization,
cuando
but
el arco del
honestly,
hotel?
It's a risk that I'm willing to take.
Pregunta.
As a wooden sword, we can
Todo
only
esto.
live for
Este tío ha visto Marvel
59
Hornets.
days, and getting a better sword is the only way to live a longer life. I just want to be able to experience that one day. At that moment, I heard the swing of a sword, and I turned around to see that the woman's door was open.
Fine. I'll teach you how to win battles. Let's just make this quick.
Thank you, let's go! Wait, does this count as a first date?
Please never say that again.
Sorry, I couldn't believe
Está
this
siendo
was
duro de ver
happening.
esto,
I was getting PvP advice from someone who has defeated 3 players in PvP Civilization. Hey, where's your armor stand for your bed? Why do I have to pay to sleep? Alright, whatever. I'm ready for my PvP lesson. So, is this gonna make me a PvP master?
Tell me, what do you know about PvP Civilization?
Well,
Importante
we
pregunta.
have to PvP to survive, can't run out of sword swings, and no one knows how we got here. That's pretty much it.
Exactly. So let me make this clear. The only thing I care about is staying alive long enough to figure out what this place is. So that means if you try something, I won't hesitate to take you out.
Oh, well.
No se habla de Doctor Who, que no he visto
thanks,
todavía
I
nada de
guess.
lo nuevo.
All right. By the
No, nueva
looks of
temporada.
you, I'm guessing you've never damaged another player before. So try swinging at me.
Wait, what? I'm not gonna swing my sword at you. I only have 30 attacks left. I don't want to waste one. Plus, obviously you could die.
You have all the attacks you need to rank up. Plus, you couldn't defeat me if you tried. Now swing.
Okay, if you say so.
Okay, that was fine. Now let me teach you a critical hit. Try jumping and on the way down, swing your sword. It will do much more damage.
Wait. You're telling me you can jump and swing your sword at the same
Increíble
time?
conocimiento, tú.
I can't even believe you just said that.
Vaya un
Yes,
asaje
you
de-
can
del-
jump
del
and swing your
PvP.
sword at the same
Madre
time.
Dios.
Now, let's go. Try a critical hit.
Okay, so I just jump and swing at the same time. Let's.
¿Ustedes creen Pido perdón por la pausa. Que en algún momento vaya a hacer un 360 crítico. Lo he caleado al principio del este. Yo apuesto que lo va a hacer.
Let's go. All right, I think I got it.
I didn't say jump in place. Try it against me.
Oh, yeah.
Yo creo que
sorry.
lo va a hacer.
Right, of course. I don't know why I did that. I tried jumping and swinging my sword, and just like she said, I landed a critical hit.
There. Now you know something. Pretty much no one with a wooden sword knows how to do one. So winning battles should be easy. Now, I need to get ready. I'm leaving tomorrow and ranking up. So that means get out of my house, or else I might change my mind about fighting you.
Oh, yeah, of course. Well, thank you, and good luck. This was crazy. I
cuenta
learned
como
how to
coito, ¿no?
critical hit. With this skill, I actually can win PvP battles now. I could actually get a stone sword. For the first time in my life, I felt like I had a future in PvP civilization. I woke up the next day excited for the day ahead. I had plenty of sword swings and didn't have to worry about the daily PvP check. As long as I used my PvP attacks wisely, I could get past the daily PvP check and keep my door closed for a good 2 weeks. And let's just say I had enough swings to pay for some extra information, if you will. And by that, I mean bribing a PvP guard with an extra PvP attack.
Oh, okay.
La otra ha recibido los golpes, no era cosa de matarla, o sea, quiero decir, si alguien te pega fuera de un duelo, los golpes los tanqueas, o sea, los recibes y los asumes como tuyos. Es lo que está pasando, por eso viene un pavo a su casa a decirle, me debes PvP, y le pega una hostia, no le está haciendo daño, le está succionando la espada. Llega a su casa y le dice, me debes PvP, y le suba, ¿sabes? Y se va con todo el grumo. Es lo que está pasando, es como funciona la economía de este mundo, empiezo a
You
entender.
want a little inside information now? I might be able to help with that. Just make it quick.
Okay, so here's the deal. You PvP guards know a lot,
O sea, no
right?
solamente hay
And there's
combate.
this woman who's
Si
about
te
to
pegas
rank
fuera
up
de
to become a
combate,
stone sword, and I was wondering
estás
if you could
haciendo una
give me your phone
transacción
number.
All right, buddy. Why would you even ask that?
de
No
vida.
one in here even owns
Le
a
das
phone.
vida.
So what good would a phone number do?
Shoot.
Es lo que está
I
pasando.
guess that doesn't really make sense when you say it out loud. I don't know. I just thought that was kind of a thing that people say, you know?
But what I can tell you is that I think one of the players is going to try to sneak attack her when she tries ranking up to a stone sword. Not sure if that information is of any value to you, but that's all I got.
Okay, that is actually some crazy news. So, do I warn her about this now? Or should I... Wait, I have an idea. If that player is actually going to try to ambush her when she tries ranking up, I could pull a sneak attack of my own and possibly get my second win. Okay, the plan is simple, but I'm still very, very scared. All I have to do is close my door and wait till I hear people coming down the ladder. Well, I really hope this works. I waited for about an hour until I heard the sounds of someone going down the ladder. The attack was happening now, and it was time to launch my plan. If I fail, the only friend I've made in PvP Civilization might be gone. So, I can't do that. I saw the player at the bottom of the ladder, and both players were running towards the red gate. At this rate, the woman wouldn't make it through in time. I had to
Increíble la
get down
historia
there
del
now.
setup.
I didn't have time to think about the fact that this was the first PvP battle I've ever engaged in. I snuck up behind the player, and I swung my sword. What the? How did you just do that? That did so much damage. Let's just say it's called a serious hit. Wait, serious hit? No, that doesn't sound right. What was it called again? Serious hit, important hit.
A critical hit.
Critical hit. I knew I messed it up. I don't care. I got my second win in PvP Civilization.
Increíble.
And I can live for a little longer now. I just realized that I only need one more win and I could be going through this gate one day too. The woman swung her sword for the third time
Oh.
and went through the gate. Wait. I just wanted to say thank you.
Don't mention it. Maybe you do have what it takes to get here one day.
And in that moment, the gate closed,
Terrible.
and that woman now knows what it's like on the other side of the red wall. She actually did it. I've never seen someone in PvP Civilization go from a wooden
No, claro,
sword
pero
to
yo
a
imagino que
stone.
si no hay una
Maybe,
intención de
just
combate,
maybe, I can be the second one to do it.
no te
I
hace
have
daño,
enough hits
¿sabes?
left with my sword to do it. I just need one more win.
No lo sé, o sea,
All
no
right,
lo sé.
back again with my video journal update. The latest is that
Por
my
eso te digo que
girlfriend
igual,
left me.
o sea,
She didn't leave
saca
me.
la
I don't know
espada,
if we
pero
were
puedes
actually dating
sacarla
in the
para
first
hacer
place,
daño o
but
puedes
she got a
sacarla
stone
para
sword, and now I have two
para
wins.
otras cosas.
I could actually get a stone sword of my own, and to do that, I just
No,
need
la
one
ha
more
absorbido
PvP
por-
win. So my
la
plan
ha
this
absorbido
time is to wait
de
again
forma
by the door
espectral.
until someone comes down the ladder. Eventually, someone will have to go to the PvP marketplace, and when they do, I'll be waiting for them. Not in like a
Pero
creepy
no sacas
way. I mean,
positivo de
not
nada. O sea,
in a
lo de
nice
tradear
way
infinito
either,
da igual
'cause I
porque
am
no
trying to
sacas.
PvP battle
Si
them,
yo te
but
doy un
I don't
hit,
know.
tú
You
ganas
know
un
what I'm
hit,
trying to
¿no?
say.
Y yo pierdo
Anyways,
uno, nos
this
quedamos
PvP
igual en el
battle
global.
could be the end of my journey, or it could be a ticket to a long and luxurious life. After signing
si no
off the
paras de
video
la puta
journal
puerta,
that no
tampoco
one will
lo
ever
suyo.
see, I saw the player I was going to battle at the bottom of the ladder. Just as I suspected, the player was heading
Cuidado.
towards the PvP marketplace, which could be really good for me because like I said before, players only buy things in PvP Civilization when they're desperate. So there's a good chance that this player is low on hunger, low on health, or both. Honestly, this could be the easiest fight I've ever had to deal with.
Está
I
siendo una
ran around the
ratilla,
bottom before going up. I wanted to try to
En
spot
Parkour
the player
Civilization era un
before I
luchador
made any
honesto,
moves.
tío.
Realistically, the player is probably buying food, so the parkour route
No
is
le hacía un
probably the best
360 a
way to
alguien
go.
por la
And
espalda,
this time,
¿sabes?
I actually have the sprint to get up this way. I ran around the corner and I saw where the player was at. If I jumped across to his side, I would start the fight. And that's what I was planning on doing. I jumped across,
Increíble.
but that's when I realized I heard footsteps and the player was right around the corner. The player started coming towards me, but I swung my sword and got in a hit. I was in a bad spot. If I got hit off now, I would probably die from fall damage. I rushed forward to resume the fight, but the player had backed up to another platform. I must have done enough damage in that previous attack to make him retreat. Now I just gotta play it safe. One
Puedes
hit
callarte
could
durante
determine
10
my future
segundos, me
in
cago en Dios.
PvP Civilization. Both of us were at a stalemate. Neither one of us wanted to jump across the platform and hit each other. The player started going down the ladder and I took my chance. I got one successful hit in without taking any damage, but the player was
Que se
now
escapa,
on the
loco.
run. I thought the player was gonna try running back to his room, but instead he went up another ladder. I got to the top thinking I was safe, but the player was waiting there for me and I got hit once. Come on, I have to win this battle. No, I missed my hit. Oh no, this isn't good.
Terrible.
I waited around the corner and I landed 2 more hits on the player. I don't know how he was doing it, but
Man,
the player
el
was
crítico
still
superior.
alive. But after I heard the
Este
sound
tío
of
es
fall
tonto.
damage, I knew he must be extremely low. One more hit could decide this battle. All I have to do now is not get hit off the platforms. It's time to end this battle. That was until the player pulled out cooked chicken. Of course, the player's been healing this entire time. I'm so done for. I knew I made a mistake. From the beginning, I thought this player would be weak, but he had cooked food on him the entire time. And now I am in big trouble. I needed to find somewhere to go fast. The player was closing in on me, and I knew I had to do something risky. I jumped off the platform, managing to catch myself on the ladder without taking any fall damage. But that wasn't stop.
Acabo de ver parkour. Acabo de ver true parkour, no una escalada. Acabo de ver true. Quiero decir. O sea, es exacto al multiverso. Estamos viendo a Hoyd entrando en otro mundo a hacer. ¿Sabes? Eso que acaba de hacer. Ese descenso es parkour, no me jodas. Eso no lo hace un espada madera de PvP Civilization. Eso lo hace. Solo hace el parkour god, solamente es capaz de hacer eso.
I was running out of options and I couldn't help but
Ya no
take
callas,
more fall
horrible.
damage. In a few moments, I would be cornered and there would be nowhere left for me to jump. But that's when I realized something. I was in the PvP marketplace and I still had a good amount of swings left with my sword. I climbed to the top of the platform and I saw that the shop I was in sold health potions for a cost of 3 attacks. I had 24 hits left with my sword. I could afford to do
Me he
it.
quitado
I
los subtítulos
swung
porque me
3
está poniendo de mala
times
hostia
at the
porque quiero ver la
armor
vida,
stand,
tío.
and I
Estoy
gained
viendo parte
2
por parte
hearts
de la
of mine
historia.
back. But that wasn't enough. I needed more to win this fight. I ended up buying 3 health potions and I got back
Increíble.
up to full health. Now I could stand a chance in this battle.
La
I
narrativa.
tried swinging at my opponent from above, but he had the advantage and I couldn't hit him from here. The player must be low. I just need to find a way to connect one more hit. And that's when I remembered something.
Try jumping and on the way down, swing your sword.
Am I really doing this? Yep, it looks like I'm doing it. I jumped off the platform, swinging my sword in midair. I thought I was done for. I thought the fall damage would have been the end of me. But I was still alive, and I didn't see the player above me. I climbed back up the platform to see a floating wooden sword on the ground. It was over. I won the battle. And this wasn't just any battle. This was my 3rd win that I needed to rank up to become a stone sword. I actually did it. Now I just need to get out of here without dying from fall damage. That would be tragic. I can't believe this is my only way down. Oh, that was
This
really
fucking
close.
man, ¿qué haces,
Realized
loco?
that next time I should probably be bringing food to a fight. Somehow I got back to my room safely, and I got to lay my eyes upon something I never thought I would see. The number 3 next to my name. I couldn't believe it. I was actually going to rank up to become a stone sword. This was all that I have dreamt about for, well, not that long, probably less than a month, but still, as long as I could remember. This calls for
Tremendo,
one
no
last
importa.
journal log. Well, this is it. I can't believe I'm actually saying this, but I'm gonna become a stone sword today. So, after I eat this chicken, heal up a bit, I'm gonna walk down there and go through the red gate into a better life. If the rumors are true
Capítulo
about
1.
stone swords, my life could be over 100 hits long, and that's the life I always dreamed of having. So, unless they sell video journal machines
¿quién va a ir a
beyond the
por él? Ha
wall,
ganado 3
this is me
peleas.
signing off on
3.
my last journal log. After I
Hay que
ate
estar
my 2
loco para
pieces
entrar en
of
su
chicken,
casa,
I
tú.
went over to the wall. There was no reason I should be spending any more time in this place. I had my 3 wins,
Allí va.
and it was time to rank up. I swung my sword 3 times, and the gate opened up. This was it. There was no turning back now. When I go beyond this wall, I'll get to live the life that I deserve, that everyone deserves, and I'll never have to return back to this nightmare of a place. After taking one last look at PvP Civilization, I stepped inside the wall and the gate closed behind me. And I finally got to see what was behind the red gate. I was in some giant hallway and I turned around and the door was sealed shut. Okay, I don't know what I was expecting, but this is not what I had pictured in my head. I continued down the hallway until I stopped at what looked like to be some sort of entryway. When I walked over the smooth stone, the wooden sword that used to be in my hand disappeared.
¡Loco!
And in its place was something else. It was
Stone
all
sword.
that I had been hoping to get. A stone sword. I walked over to the red blocks in the middle of the room.
Celebración en
Entry to
pantalla, ¿qué
level
cojones es
2.
eso?
What does that mean? I looked over the edge and all I saw was a giant
salido con
drop
pantalla.
that led to nothing. No ladders, no staircase, and I couldn't see the bottom. Wait, so down there is where
¿Qué es
level
esto
2 is?
de un
Does
gato de
that
celebración
mean
en pantalla
people with
120
stone
triángulos? ¿Qué
swords
cojones
have been
acabo de ver?
living under us the entire time?
Esto es
Okay,
nuevo,
that
creo
is
que-
crazy. I was not expecting that. But that's when I took a look around and realized that there were shops inside of this room. A leather chest plate for the cost of 20 attacks? How many attacks do I even have? I looked down at my sword and saw that my life was over 130 hits long. 130? Are you serious? I can live forever. I don't know why there were shops here, but I'm guessing that it was a chance to prepare for what life was like at level 2. This was crazy. I not only had a stone
Ya está
sword, but
malgastando
I
otra
had
vez.
armor now. I wish I had these for my PvP battles earlier. Wait, what is this? Blue leather chest plate for 25 attacks? Wait, I should have bought this one. A blue leather chest plate is so much cooler than a regular one. Wait,
Es
what is this?
súper mal.
A green leather chest plate? Okay, that's my favorite color. A black leather chest plate? That's my second favorite color. Obviously a purchase. Okay, I'm not gonna make the same mistake as last time. I'm actually gonna get food. Golden carrot? Or a golden apple for 20 attacks? That's nothing. I'm rich now. Bro, this is so cool. I just want to buy everything. What is this? A video journal machine? Bro, this is insane. Now I can record what it's like at level 2 of PvP Civilization.
Se ha callado. Se ha callado.
PvP Civilization, where your entire life is determined by the amount of hits you
Me vais a permitir que remonte esos 5 segundos. O sea, que rebobine esos 5 segundos. Quiero disfrutarlos.
Zane, now I can record what it's like at level 2 of PvP Civilization. This is PvP Civilization, where your
Crítica
entire
social.
life is determined by the amount of hits you have left with your sword. Which
Esto es
means
capítulo 2, entiendo. ¿Qué cojones acaba de pasar? Entiendo que es capítulo 2. Y esto vamos a ver un increíble resumen. Por si no os acordáis de lo que ha pasado, viene resumen.
my life is only 58 attacks long, unless I make it past this wall, which will give me a stone sword, doubling my lifespan. But the
One
thing
out
is,
of
is
noise.
I already made it
Broken
past
my
the wall,
only
and I
spell.
died. In PvP Civilization, if your sword breaks, it's game over, and mine definitely broke. So the question is how am I standing here alive and with a full durability wooden sword? Part of me wants to think that getting a stone sword and dying was just a bad dream, but I know it was real. The sign in my room still says I've won 3 PvP battles, which means every fight I had and everything I went through had to have happened, which means I definitely died.
Let's go. Get out here. Time for PvP.
And I forgot about the daily PvP checks. At least I got a new wooden sword now. Surviving the daily attack won't be an issue.
Usucao.
You know the drill. You owe 1 PvP attack, just like every day.
You are just the person I need to talk to. I don't even know how to say this. How exactly am I still alive?
I am so glad you brought that up. I ask myself that question every single day. You have 0 PvP skill. You leave your door open all the time. You talk to yourself. You think you have a girlfriend,
Wait,
but she is
okay,
most
that's not-
certainly not interested in you. You act all cool like you're the main character or something, and then the plot armor? don't even get me started.
What?
You're not even that good looking.
Okay, bro, can you stop? That's not at all what I was talking about. All of that was very unnecessary and kind of mean. Also, the girlfriend part, kind of debatable in my opinion. But anyways, no, I mean, I actually died. I got a stone sword and it broke and I'm back here.
I don't even know what to say to that. If you're gonna try to make up a crazy story to get out of your daily PvP attack, it won't work.
No, you don't get it. I'm not making this up. After I won the third PvP battle needed to rank up, I went through the red gate. I was in some
Vamos a
hallway,
volver a
and
la
when I
historia del
walked
man que
towards the
tiró la
end,
espada
a
al suelo.
stone sword appeared in my hand, and that's when I realized everyone with a stone sword has been living under us this entire time. But before I could go down there, well, I bought 4 chest plates, I tried buying a video journal machine, and then I died.
Okay, so let me get this straight. You got your 3 wins, you got your stone sword, and then you bought 3 leather chest plates?
It was actually 4
Cuatro.
leather chest plates, but continue.
And then you decided to buy a video journal machine.
Well, I mean, I had to keep up with my daily journal, especially after I ranked up to a stone sword.
And then your sword broke and you died. What happened after?
And then I woke up back here in my bed like nothing ever happened.
All right, buddy. I'm gonna need 2 attacks now to make up for all that pain and suffering for listening to all that. Please
Bien dicho,
keep it
coño.
to yourself next time.
I didn't
Explicado.
expect the PvP guard to believe my story. I didn't even believe it myself when I said it out loud. All I know is somehow I was revived in PvP Civilization. It's kind of unfortunate how me coming back to life leads to me paying double what I would usually pay in a daily PvP check. But all things considered, the most important thing is that I'm alive. I thought my journey was over, but I might still have a chance to figure out what PvP
Tiene que haber algo de eso. Si te pega un rango inferior o alguna mierda así, recibes vida o alguna mierda. Es una transacción de grumo. Sin lugar a dudas. Si no, no tiene sentido, es que se moriría. Pégame, me toca que me pegues hoy. Pégame. O sea, no entiendo. Le está surcando el alma, le está surcando el grumo.
Civilization, you only need 2 things. You need to win 3 PvP battles, and you need 3 hits of your sword to open up the gate. Fortunately, I have both of those, so there's nothing stopping me now from ranking up. Actually, if I remember, the food on the other side of the wall was expensive. I might be the only one who knows that. Usually, no one would be able to come back to this side of the wall after you go through. Wait, I might be the smartest person in PvP Civilization. I'm just gonna buy food here because it's cheaper, and then once I rank up, I'll have a stone sword with full durability and tons of food to survive level 2. Let's go. I went to the PvP marketplace to carry out my plan, but it quickly went downhill. Ah! Wait, I'm sorry, I'm leaving. Okay, on second thought, I don't need food, I just need to rank up. Ah, this is really bad. Ever since I came back to life, I completely forgot where I was. This was PvP Civilization, a place where people are forced to fight each other for a better life. And because I let my guard down, I don't have time to rank up now. The only way out of this is a PvP battle. Alright bro, this is your last chance to step away. I've already got 3 PvP wins, but I'm not afraid to make it 4.
Wait, just a second. I don't want to fight, I just want to talk.
Right, so you attack me and now you want me to trust you? That's never gonna happen.
I'd put my sword down if I could. Just listen to me. I know you died and I know you came back.
What? What are you talking about?
I saw you go through the gate to get your stone sword, and I heard the story you told to the guard.
Let me take a guess. You thought that believing my story would get me to trust you? I mean, what did you hope to gain from all of this?
I thought this might be important. The other day, I overheard you talking with a woman.
Oh yeah, that was actually me and my girlfriend.
I highly doubt that.
It's up for interpretation. Anyways, continue.
You said something that stuck with me.
Hey, where's your armor stand for your bed? Why do I have to pay to sleep? Alright, whatever. I'm ready for my PvP lesson. Okay, talk about invasion of privacy. Anyways, so why exactly did that stick with you? And why go through all of this to tell me that?
If you want to talk more, I live on the top floor on the right. You don't have to trust me, and I don't expect you to. All I want to say is, ask the guards if you have to pay to sleep in PvP Civilization.
And that was the last thing the player said to me before he turned around and went back towards the houses. Why should I ask a guard if I have to pay to sleep in PvP Civilization? Maybe the player was trying to stall me from ranking up? I mean, there's nothing stopping me now. I guess it could be some sort of trap. Or the player knows something that I don't, and asking a guard is the only way to find out. Alright, I guess I can wait a few more minutes to rank up. Hey, excuse me,
hablaste con una woman. Aquí nadie habla con woman, seguramente eso se va a hincar.
I think I actually might die.
Okay, I don't know how listening to a story could possibly be that bad, but anyways, no, it's not a story, just a question. Do players have to pay to sleep in PvP Civilization? You know, like pay a tax to sleep?
Why would you have to pay to go to bed? I mean, The conditions in PvP civilization
Da
are
que
bad
pensar
enough
esto,
already.
una vez más.
That would just be cruel.
So why is there an armor stand next to my bed?
Okay, if you're gonna talk to yourself, please just step away from the door and do it somewhere else.
I watched as the guard disappeared behind the doors that only PvP guards have access to. He said that no player has to pay to sleep in PvP civilization. So that means I'm the
Su armor
only one
stand
with an
no es
armor
para dormir,
stand
entonces.
in my room next to my bed. But why? I'm guessing that that player that told me to ask the guard knows something. Once again, this could be an elaborate trap that I'm falling for, but if I rank up to a stone sword, I might never be able to come back here. So this could be my last chance to find out what the player knows. Alright,
Cuidado.
if this is a trap, let's just hope I can PvP my way out of this.
Puede
Hey,
ser.
look, it's the guy
Yo estaba
from a few
pensando en
minutes
pajas,
ago. Before you
pero
do
puede ser.
anything, do not open the door. We can talk like this. So now that that's clear, I asked the guard the question you told me to ask.
And I'm guessing the answer you got made you curious.
I don't get it. Why would I have an armor stand in my room? I mean, I have to pay 3 attacks to sleep. That's kind of a scam if you ask me. I've only slept once in PvP Civilization because of that.
That's what I'm trying to piece together. Armor stands are powerful. They can't be broken, and they basically control all of PvP Civilization. But most importantly, hitting
Interesante.
armor stands always gives something in return.
That's right. Armor stands are used to buy things.
So the question I have is, when you hit the armor stand in your room,
What was I actually buying? Because if sleeping is free, then
Tremendo.
I paid
Es un
3
respawn,
PvP
loco.
attacks for something else.
exactly.
No, no,
At
no, no,
that
contando.
moment, I knew that that player and I were thinking the exact same thing. Okay, crazy idea, but you don't think that
Como le
that
siento la
armor
mano.
stand in my room is what allowed me to respawn, do you?
Maybe. Or it could be nothing. Of course, you would need to die again to test it out, but I hope it doesn't come to that.
The player was right. The only way to know for certain if the armor stand makes me respawn is if I die again. And to be honest, I'm not too sure I want to test that willingly. Because if I'm wrong and the armor stand does nothing, then I obviously run the risk of being gone for good. And whatever second chance I got would be thrown out the window. The best course from here on out is to treat this like my one and only life. Maybe this armor stand was responsible for bringing me back to life. But if it wasn't, then I only have one more shot to make it out of PvP Civilization. And this time, I'm not gonna waste it. I waited in my room until
Es un
nighttime
chorro
came around.
continuo todo el
Tomorrow
rato,
was
no
the
para
day
nunca
I
hablar.
rank up to become a stone sword. And it will be the day where I figure out what life is like when you can live for over 130 attacks. There's no questioning that life on the second level is gonna be dangerous. It's a very
Seppuku.
real possibility that I don't even survive my first day. Which is why I'm taking a chance with this mysterious armor stand in my room. No one knows a thing about this place and why we're even in here. So maybe it's not too crazy to believe that this armor stand could save my life. Alright, been a while since I've done a video journal.
Pues
log.
comprar la casa grande es la hostia, entonces tienes respawn,
Hello,
chico.
we're back again with a video journal. I guess I should address the elephant in the room. I'm alive. Yes, I know I broke my stone sword before I even got to level 2, but
no
we're
se
just
ahoga?
not going to talk about that anymore. The point is I am on my way to get my stone sword for real this time,
Algún
and I'm
mensaje
not
para
going to
dejar
break it in the
contexto.
first
No,
2
no hay
minutes.
contexto.
I know I traditionally have a problem with spending
PvP
all of my attacks
Civilization,
very
eso es todo el
quickly,
contexto que
but
puedes
I can
tener.
promise that's not going to happen again. I mean, that guy was the old me. I'm a changed man now. When you die and come back to life, I can't explain it, but it just makes you value the important things in your life more. Like my girlfriend. She got her stone sword a couple days ago, and honestly, she's probably worried sick about me. That is, if she survived level 2, but given the fact that she actually knows how to fight, I'm sure she's doing just fine. Anyways, let's talk strategy. Once I drop down to level 2 of PvP Civilization, there's no coming back. There is a chance that the mysterious armor stand in my room
Pero no vas a
causes
comprar
me
nada,
to
de todas formas,
respawn,
chico.
but I'm not counting on that. As far as I'm concerned, this is my last and only chance to survive and make it out of PvP Civilization. Which means this time I'm not spending my attacks on chest plates. I'm buying 3 pieces of cooked steak for 18 attacks. Ugh, I know the prices are bad, but I can't risk going to the PvP marketplace again. I just need to rank up. And the only other thing I'm buying is, well, let's just say the next update will come from level 2. Alright, signing off. Okay, as planned, buying a video journal machine for 30 attacks. I still have 113 attacks left. Yeah, I'll be good. Besides, I don't know how I could live without this thing. I walked over to the giant hole in the ground that would lead to the second level of PvP Civilization. I couldn't see anything at the bottom. For all I know, I might not even survive the drop. But I know
No va a
that there's only
dropearlo.
one way to find out. I jumped,
Es
not
parte
knowing if
importante de la
I would
historia.
ever come back. I thought my feet were never gonna touch the ground again until I heard a
Increíble.
huge splash, and I looked up to see I was completely submerged in water. I've never seen this much water in my life before, let alone
Se
any
nota lo de
water
no
in
ducharse,
PvP
tío.
civilization at all. I came up to the surface to take a look at my surroundings. All I saw were 4 identical hallways. This was it. This was the start of my new life as a stone sword in PvP civilization. It was pretty clear that this was a one-way trip. There would be no way back up to the wooden sword level. But who knows, maybe I'll never want to go back up again. Maybe getting a stone sword was a ticket to paradise. Or even better, this could be the end and the way out of PvP civilization.
que la novia era en
End of one
realidad
of the
un
hallways,
alto
and I was met with a door. Except I know these doors. These doors
Son de
weren't
los
the
guardias,
ones
loco.
that players with swords could open. These doors were only opened by PvP guards. Oh wait, there's a button. I pressed the button that should have opened the door, but unfortunately it did not. Well, this is perfect. I guess level 2 of PvP civilization is broken. So what now? But all of a sudden, I heard the door open and a PvP guard was standing right in front of me.
Just for future reference, you only need to ring the doorbell one time. Anyways, welcome to level 2. Follow me.
Oh, it was a doorbell. That kind of makes sense. Well, here we go. Time for level 2 of PvP civilization. The door closed behind us as I followed the guard with a different colored shield down the ladder. In a matter of seconds, my new life would begin. The guard opened the door in front of us and we walked out into level 2 of PvP civilization.
Hay árboles, tú,
This was
loco.
life as a stone sword. It looked almost identical to the wooden sword level, which I didn't have a problem with. The problem I had was that by the looks of it, it didn't look like I was escaping PvP civilization anytime soon.
Since you just ranked up, you're under my protection until we get to your room. Follow me.
Let's go. I'll take protection from a PvP guard any day. No way. I get a top floor room too? Maybe this is paradise.
Alright, this right here is your room on the top floor to the left. It's a standard 1 room, 1 bed, but of course if you're looking for something bigger, you can always buy the large house from the PvP marketplace.
Let's go. I can buy a bigger house here too? I am definitely getting one of those. Well, thank you for the protection.
Look, I know you're new here, but players usually leave a PvP tip for our services, you know, for getting you to your house safely.
Oh, a tip? Yeah, for sure. I got you. Sorry, I didn't know tipping was a thing here.
Thank you very much appreciated. Well, good luck in PvP civilization. I hope you survive.
Thank you, I guess. That doesn't sound too good. Well, here we are. My life is now 82 attacks long. I always dreamed for a time when I could have a stone sword and live longer than 59 hits. And now I'm living that dream. The question now is, where do I go from here? I looked at the sign on the wall next to the picture of me. It said I have 0 wins.
Es que
that's
esto era
odd.
una
I
obra
should have
maestra.
3
Esto está
wins.
siendo
I
duro.
guess information travels slowly in PvP
A ver, lo otro fue
civilization.
duro
I
de
took a
cojones,
look
¿qué
around
coño
the
digo?
stone sword level. Just like at the wooden sword level, there was the same red wall with the same door. But something was different. Something changed about the
es que,
design
o
on the
sea,
walls. And that's
echo
when
de
I
menos
realized the truth
escuchar
of
mi cerebro,
PvP
loco.
civilization has been around me this entire time. I never questioned as to why the walls were designed the way they were. Why there was wood only at the top. But now seeing the new gray stones filled in underneath, I now realize that the walls were never just designed. They were all of the levels of PvP civilization, and there were 5. All of a sudden, I heard the swing of a sword right behind me. Oh, this can't be good.
I should have known that was you talking.
No way.
But seriously,
El
stop
pavo-
talking.
O sea, dentro del lore, el tío no para de hablar tampoco dentro. Eso es algo que él ha escrito en su historia, en su mundo. Sí, no, tal cual, el personaje habla de verdad. O sea, en serio. Pido perdón, o sea, lamento haber pausado. Espero que hayáis disfrutado de este increíble silencio. Vamos a continuar.
And get in here. It's like you're trying to die.
You know what? I don't even care about the fact that I just found out that there might be 5 levels to PvP civilization, and the fact that I'll probably never escape this place, because I got a
Tanto
room
susto que
across
no
my
me pones desde
future
el
wife.
principio, 5.000.
Let's go. Don't worry about the door. I'll
No lo voy a
get
poner
it.
desde el
It's just what
principio.
gentlemen do. Anyways, so long time no see.
I'm gonna ignore that first part. Well, congratulations. Looks like you had what it took to rank up after all.
Yeah, well, I couldn't have done it without your help. I mean, you taught me everything I needed to know about PvP, and I have a longer life because of it. But anyways, let's talk about the important stuff. Like how crazy it is that your room is across from my room? I mean, if I had to guess, it's like the universe wants us to be together.
All right, kid. The only reason you got that house in the first place is because I defeated the person who was living there before you.
Oh.
And you were about to be my second victim if it wasn't for that weird thing you do where you talk to yourself.
It's called monologuing, and it's good for the story. Anyways, so what do I need to know about level 2?
PvP civilization goes even deeper. You need 5 victories here to rank up to an iron sword, but I don't know when it ends.
5 victories for an iron
Increíble.
sword? There's
5
no way I'm
victorias.
good enough at PvP to win 5 more battles. I died already. Can't the suffering just end?
I'm sorry, did you
Suerte
just
que
say
me
you
queda muy
died
agudo,
already?
abuso,
What do you
red
mean
flag.
by that?
Oh, yeah, funny thing. So, I actually got a stone sword a while ago, and for reasons that won't be said, it broke and I died, but I woke back up on the first layer.
You're saying I can take you out right now, and you'll come back.
Whoa, 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 what is wrong with you? No, we're not gonna test it out. All I know is that there's an armor stand in my room at the first level. No one else in PvP Civilization seems to have one, so that's my only guess on how I came back to life.
Not
Solo
even
por
sure
darle.
if you're telling the truth or not, but if someone did have that power, they could be the strongest one in PvP Civilization.
The woman was right. If I had the power to respawn, I could practice PvP without worrying about dying, and eventually I would be the best in PvP
Increíble, da que
Civilization.
pensar.
That also means that I would have
Has
enough
probado a
chances
matarte,
to
a ver
get
qué
to
tal.
the last level, or better yet, find
Pero
out
del
the
todo, en
truth
plan,
about this place.
fuera del
Alright,
vídeo.
I don't know if I'm ever gonna respawn again, so what should I do?
You should go find a chestplate. It's unlikely you'll survive a battle without one.
Right, buy a chestplate. I totally don't have a rocky history with buying chestplates, but the woman was right. I'm not that good at PvP, so getting a chestplate means that's probably my best chance of survival. I thanked the woman for her help again, and I told her that if she was ever ranking up
Es
to
que
an
esto
iron
lo está
sword
diciendo
soon,
en voz
I would
alta,
be
o sea, todo esto lo está diciendo en
totally
voz
comfortable with a
alta.
long distance relationship. She
Delante
didn't
de
respond
ella.
to that part, but you know, that's her thing. She's so serious all the time. It's fine. Anyways, before I go get a chestplate, and actually before I do anything in PvP Civilization, I need to do quite possibly the most important task of all time, and that's find a good place for my video journal machine. I bought this thing for 30 swings of my sword, so I have to make good use of it. Alright, this seems like a great spot. This is my first video journal as a stone sword in PvP Civilization, and I will say things are off to a great start. I have cooked beef to tie me over for a while, and I have around 80 swings left with my sword. On top of that, my girlfriend lives right across from me. How crazy is that? And she's insane
no sé
at
ni qué
PvP,
significa
so she'll
esa
protect me,
afirmación.
hopefully. But for now, I'm on a solo journey, and that's to buy a chestplate. Yes,
Parkour
I know the
Civilization es
obvious
ciertamente
question
mejor.
is, am I
Aún así,
scared
quiero
that
decir,
my shopping addiction is gonna get the best of me
Parkour
again? Given the
Civilization
fact that
escalaba
last time I bought
mucho.
4
Yo
chestplates,
no
breaking my
recuerdo
sword, and
cómo de
dying.
horrible era el
But
principio.
no,
Es que el
I will
principio
not
era
be
muy
tempted
bueno.
this time because now I'm
Pero creo que
actually
toda la parte
focused on my
media
survival.
era
Anyways, that's
absolutamente
the end of this
infumable.
video journal log. Hopefully I will be around to
Y el
update
principio era muy
it
bueno, es como el
again.
primer
I made
minuto y
my way
medio.
over to my
La
first
siguiente hora
new
era
room
una
at the
tortura.
stone sword level. When I walked in, I
Entonces, no
saw a
sé.
structure that
Habrá-
I've never
no
seen
sé- no sé si
before.
hasta qué
If
punto podemos
this was the
juzgar lo que estamos
PvP
viendo ahora mismo.
marketplace at level 2, it sure looked a lot different. I had to be careful. I was in unexplored territory, meaning players could be hiding anywhere waiting for a sneak attack, especially on players that have never been here, like me. I climbed up the vines and hopped on to the first level of the structure, and sure enough, I found myself in the PvP marketplace. This is where every player goes to get what they need to survive here, and I need a chestplate to survive. No! Okay, I am not a fan of this design choice for the
Me ha dado
PvP
susto.
marketplace. From what I could tell, the first floor of the PvP marketplace was only food, which means the chestplate that I'm after should be at the top. Looking back, I should have just gotten a chestplate before I came down here. If I had done that, my life would have been a lot less stressful. But now I know what to do if I respawn. Alright, what do we got here? PvP guard protection, 60 seconds. It costs 50 attacks plus expected tip. Wait, that's awesome. Can I afford this? 77 attacks left. No, I can't buy this. But I'll come back for this one day. I walked over to the next armor stand and stumbled upon exactly what I was looking for. Here we go. Leather chestplate for 20 attacks. And I'm only buying one this time.
Oh, I don't think so.
Oh man, that's not good. I slowly turned around to see a player with a leather chestplate standing directly across from me. If this was gonna end in a PvP battle, I don't know if this was one I could win.
Bold move coming up
Me
here
duele el
thinking you
cerebro,
could get
loco.
a chest plate without a fight, but
Había un
that's what
seppuku.
all the new stone swords do. They come here unprepared and fall right into my trap. And I get the easiest PvP victories of my life. And after
Es
I've
que-
taken
es que,
out
o sea,
you,
no se
I
puede
can rank
pensar,
up to
tío, es que
become
es-
an iron sword, so thank you.
Of course, this guy has a leather chestplate and 4 wins already, and there's no way down to the surface except through the
Eso-
middle.
o
But
sea,
that's not an option now. The path is blocked, and the
Me
only way
cuesta- no
through
puedo-
is to
no puedo
fight.
decir
This
cosas,
will
loco.
probably be my last PvP battle. I will give it my all, but let's just say I really hope that respawn thing is an
Poco
option.
viperino,
The
sí.
player walked towards me, and I pulled out my best trick in the book.
Wow, a new stone stone sword player that knows how to critical hit? You might actually win this.
Come on, I just gotta land one more. Wait, what was that? How did you just hit me so many times?
It's called a PvP combo. You actually have to be good at PvP to do it. Now let's get this over with.
This guy was too good, but he also talked too much. I saw an opening and I took it. I jumped off into the center of the PvP marketplace, just barely catching myself at the bottom of the vines. It didn't look like the player was after me, but still, that was way too close. I didn't achieve my goal of getting a chest plate, but all I needed to do now was get back safely. Fortunately,
Ha escapado
I
haciendo
did that
parkour,
part
no quiero decir
successfully.
nada,
Okay,
pero...
now I'm just gonna take a break.
Ha dicho que
I do
hablo
not wanna
demasiado.
explore any more of PvP Civilization. I've got one piece of steak left, which should tie me over for a while. So, in the meantime, I will talk about my feelings. Alright, back again. Video journal log number 2 here. And a lot of unanswered questions about PvP Civilization. Why are we here? How do we get out? Why are we forced to fight each other? And then there was that thing that guy just did to me. What was it called? A PvP combo? Yeah, I wonder what that's all about. How do I do one of those? Every day it just seems like I know
Pregúntale a la
less and
woman, que
less
seguro que va a
about
ser
the
una
world.
conversación muy agradable.
Oh man, there is just so much to wrap my head around. Oh, and don't even get me
pasando?
started about the PvP guards. What's up with them? I mean, can guards rank up themselves? How do you become a guard at level 2? And those doors that only they're allowed to open, where do those go? And why do guards accept bribes in the form of PvP attacks? I don't know how getting attacked by players helps them in any way, so that's just another thing that doesn't make any sense. And then there's the woman that lives across from me. Oh, talk about a complicated relationship. She's been a little distant lately, you know, winning PvP battles and trying to find the truth about this place. But I feel like we're gonna get married someday.
Necesito como un minuto de silencio. Me vais a permitir un minuto de silencio. La PvP Experience el Pipeline. Lo peor de todo es que no sé exactamente qué cojones significa o sea, tsundere, pero sí que sé exactamente qué significa eso. Parkour Civilization no lo recuerdo tan duro de ver, Es que igual ni en 2 tandas, tú. Igual no puedo, o sea... Aunque, o sea, es verdad que el pavo no paraba de hablar en el otro también. Yo creo que da igual, tío.
I wonder if they sell engagement rings in PvP Civilization.
Ya por más
Alright,
gominolas.
that's enough of talking to myself. A lot of unknowns, a lot of unanswered questions, and no guarantee that I'll survive the next day. As of now, I have a little over 70 hits left of my sword to try to get to the next level. If I got an iron sword, who knows how long my life would be. But if I'm gonna rank up to an iron sword, I can't just stay in my room forever. I have to PvP. I fell asleep against the door of my room until I woke up from the sound of voices. Just outside my room, I could hear the PvP guard talking.
Porque ha dormido de
All I
pie en una
heard
cama
was
normal.
1v1 and let's go, followed by the sound of people
Tiene algún
climbing
sentido que haya
down the
dormido de
ladder.
pie.
If my suspicions were correct, the woman across from me was selected for a mandatory 1v1. Sure enough, I opened up my door to see that the
Oh, no ha
woman's
dormido.
room was open. This was really bad. I don't care how good she is at PvP. If you get selected for a mandatory 1v1, only one person comes back alive. And if she gets matched up with someone that has a chest plate, she could be in huge trouble, which is why I have to try to help. I followed the guard into the next room, and sure enough, I was in the 1v1 arena at the stone level. Okay, I gotta try to get in here somehow.
Whoa, buddy,
Pero
let
es
me
por
stop you
definición
right
1v1, no
there. If you're
puedo.
looking for a 1v1, there's only 2 ways you can get up there. You either get selected for a mandatory 1v1, or you can buy a ticket.
A ticket, yes, perfect. That's exactly what I need. Do you have any on you? How much does it cost?
Do you really think I look like a guy who sells tickets? No, I don't have any on me. You have to buy one from the PvP marketplace. They're kind of pricey though, just a heads up. You can find them at the top level.
The PvP marketplace. Okay, I'll be right back. I had to hurry. If I don't get this ticket in time, I might risk losing the one person I can trust in PvP Civilization. However, if I'm gonna have any chance at joining that fight, I need to win a fight of my own first. I got to the top where I saw the player with the chest plate standing directly over the armor stand I needed to get to. This was it. No running this time. I had to see this through till the end.
Well, looks like you've come back to give me my
Tiene
fifth
que haber un
win.
momento- mientras
Once I
se pegan
have
no
my
puedo estar
iron
hablando todo el
sword,
rato,
I'll
entiendo.
remember to thank you.
Alright, this is it. No time for caution. I can't hold anything back. I charged at the player and swung my sword. I didn't even know what I was doing. All I knew was that I had to win this fight. I managed to get it hidden without being touched. But just a second later, I lost the advantage and I was on the run. I climbed up above one of the armor stands and I was officially trapped. There was nowhere
360
for me to
crítico.
run. I
Ese
had
momento.
one chance to win this fight and I was gonna have to make it count. As of now, I had the high ground advantage and the player was waiting for me to come down. Come on, if this is gonna work, I just have to land one attack. I kept running up to the edge, trying to make my opponent think I was gonna jump. But then, I went for it. I jumped over the player, swinging my sword on the way down, and the player went flying off the edge.
No ha
I
sido un
looked down at the
360,
ground, and the battle was over. By some miracle, I was still alive. Okay, there is
No
a
ha sido un
lot going through
360.
my head right now, but I do not have time to think about it. All I will say for now is I am lucky to be alive.
¿Por qué no le ha
I
subido la
walked over
vida?
to the
O sea,
armor
debería
stand
subirle
where
la
I could
espada,
buy
¿no?
a 1v1 ticket. It costed 30 attacks, and I had 65 left. But I just
Pero que
eliminated
te acabas de
someone,
cargar a un
so if I
man.
pick up
No
their
es lo,
stone
o sea,
sword,
no
I
es acurate una cosa con otra, no escala.
should get some back.
Antes ha habido una espada que la ha dejado en el suelo y le ha subido la vida de todas formas, tío.
30 attacks later, the 1v1 ticket was in my possession. I was debating leaving the sword on the ground, but after buying one more piece of steak, I didn't have enough swings left with my
Decepcionado,
sword to go into another fight. I needed this sword, and of course, it
Hay
was
fallos en el
stuck
guión.
on top of a tree. All right, double checking. There's no easy way up. Of course there's not. Looks like I have to go the hard way. I jumped off the lowest level of the PvP marketplace, taking a huge
Acá tiene que
amount of
cogerla
damage.
antes, ¿no?
But I found the sword, and after it combined into my own, I gained 30 more attacks.
Vale, vale, vale.
I should say 24
Retiro lo
more
dicho.
attacks because now I have to go buy another piece of steak. I ran back to the 1v1 arena hoping there was still time.
Retiro
Okay,
lo
I
dicho,
have a
retiro lo dicho.
1v1 ticket.
Good for you. Once this 1v1's over, you can put the ticket into the dispenser and go on up.
What?
Pero si hay que subir
No,
ahora.
I bought the ticket to go in now.
I didn't know this needed to be said, but this is a 1v1 arena, not a 1v1v1 arena. You can't go up until the fight's finished.
There's gotta be a way up there. Alright, didn't want to have to pull this out. What do you say you let me in now?
You really think you're gonna bribe me with PvP attacks? That's not gonna work, pal.
We'll see about that.
2 attacks? Alright, there might
Está
be
chupando
a
el pito.
small chance I'm willing to accept a bribe.
How do you feel after 2 more attacks?
I feel like I am very much willing to take a bribe. Keep going.
Let's go, bribing always works.
Wait, 1 second.
Oh, am I good to go up now?
No, not yet. I just need to catch my breath. I got a little low on health there. Just wait a few seconds for me to get some hearts back.
Bro, what? This is like the longest bribe ever. Okay, look, I'm kind of on a time crunch. Are you good now?
O sea... Quiero decir, si no es una transacción de que le pega y le da vida al otro, es algo 100% sexual. Si no hay una norma de que un golpe fuera de combate es un intercambio plano de vida, ¿sabes? O sea, si no hay algo así... Pero el otro está perdiendo vida, entonces es una cosa sexual rara. No lo sé, tío.
Alright, I'm good. Continue.
I paid the guard 4 more attacks with my sword until he finally broke.
Thank you very much. I am now much closer to ranking up because of you. Alright, you can head on up.
Let's go, thank you so much. Also, way to pull out a crazy lore drop at the end right there. I'll have to come back to that. I opened up the dispenser and dropped in my 1v1 ticket. The door blocking the ladder opened and I was free to go up. Now, I had to hope that I wasn't too late and that I still had time to save the
Vosotros,
woman who...
quiero decir, sin que el tío esté contando absolutamente todo lo que pasa en todo momento, ¿tú crees que podríamos seguir la historia? Es que igual no podemos, igual esto es muy complicada de seguir y si no cuenta el tío que está metiendo el ticket dentro del dispenser no nos enteramos de qué ha pasado.
I owe
Puede
everything
ser,
to. Let's do this. The door opened up and I saw the woman and a player with a chestplate engaged in heavy battle. It's time to put an end to this. Don't worry, my love. I'm here to save you.
Say that again and I will actually jump off.
Yep, understood very clearly. Oh, what is wrong with me? Anyways, I'm here to help so we can both get out of here alive. The woman told me that she was out of food, so this was her last stand.
Pero no lo ha dicho.
Fortunately, the other player showed no signs of running out of food. All right,
Tiene
well,
imposibilidad
what
para
are we
los
waiting
ciegos.
for? It's 2 versus 1. Let's get this over
Pero
with.
vamos a verla
This
en
guy is
mute.
good. Play it smart.
You don't have to worry about me. With how good I've become, I bet I'm probably better than him.
No, you're definitely not.
Okay, way to boost my confidence going into the most important fight of our lives. It's whatever, we'll work on our teamwork skills after. But now, let's fight. The player with the chestplate charged at me. We both landed an attack on each other. Then, the woman came in to help, clearly doing a lot better than I was. But this player was extremely strong. Not only was his chestplate weakening our stone swords, but him constantly being at full hunger means he's been regenerating health this entire fight. This fight was getting too close. I ran up and swung my sword too early, letting the player get a critical hit on me. I watched as the woman went in for another attack, but she got hit herself. This battle was falling apart. I was at 1 heart, and I could tell the woman was probably 1 hit away from dying too. But the player hasn't approached either one of us yet, leading me to believe that he was also very low. At this point in the fight, I knew it was unlikely that both the woman and I make it out alive, which is why I have to take a stand. If I can get 1 more hit on the player before dying, I think the woman will be able to win. So that's what I'm gonna do. I charged the player swinging my sword and somehow hit the player twice in a row. I don't know how I did it, but within a matter of seconds, the player was gone, and there was nothing left except the stone sword on the ground to collect. We won the fight. Did I actually just learn how to do a PvP combo? That was insane. I was only trying to hit the player once, I'm not gonna lie. All right, well, let's get out of here. Wait, what's going on? The battle was over, and both doors were still sealed shut, and that's when I got a grasp of the situation. This was the 1v1 arena, and those doors will never open until 1 player remains standing. That means from the beginning, only one of us was gonna be able to come out alive, and I already knew who the person leaving would be. I shouldn't even be alive. I'm not a guy who has the PvP skill to survive in this place. If I left this arena, I don't even know if I would make it till tomorrow. But you have the PvP skills to survive this place, which is why you have to be the one to leave.
How confident are you with your ability to come back to life?
What?
You said you died and came back. Can you do it again?
I don't even know. I mean, the
Dale,
understand
masa, que
thing
vete
is
por la goma,
just a
coño.
theory, and there's
Ya
no
volverás.
way to know if that's true or not. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. You have to be the one to leave this place. And if this is my last life, well, I have no regrets about coming here because I know you'll make it out of PvP Civilization one day.
Hopefully, I see you again.
Yeah, well, I'm willing to accept the fact that this could be the end of my story. And what better way to end a story than a true love's kiss?
No.
All right, worth a shot.
Pedirle una tirada de goma antes de
If
suicidarte.
someone could respawn in PvP Civilization, they could be the most powerful player to ever exist. So why was I given this power? It will never make sense to me how a single armor stand upon a pedestal is the difference between life and death. And I might never know why I'm the one player who gets more chances at life, while the other players who are better at PvP with more talent, more skill, have to risk their one and only life fighting for a cause that they don't even know. Everything I've learned leads me to believe that this armor stand being in my room was a mistake. I shouldn't be the one with this power. It should be somebody else. But there's nothing I can do about it now. The power is mine to use, and I'm gonna use it to figure out the truth about PvP Civilization. No matter how many times I die, if I keep coming back, I'll eventually make it to the bottom. And who knows, maybe I might just get pretty good at PvP along the way.
Let's go. Time to PvP.
All right, here we go. It's time to escape PvP Civilization. And I know just how I'm gonna do it.
Let's make this easy. Just give me 1 PvP attack and I will leave. Please don't talk to
Está
me.
huyendo
In
tú.
PvP Civilization, if you don't pay your daily attack to the guards, it can cost you your life, which is what I'm looking for. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna pay today.
Oh, and you started talking again. Of course. All right, buddy. You know what's gonna happen if you don't pay your attack, right? Because I can promise you, a fight with a PvP guard is a fight you have no chance of winning.
Oh yeah, I understand. I just don't feel like giving you an attack today.
Listen, buddy, this isn't a joke. Unless you're prepared for your life to end, pay an attack.
Yes, sir. I am prepared for my life to end right now. Wait, am I? 56 attacks left? Okay, nope, I'm definitely not ready. Just give me a second, I'll be right back. Oh, I can't believe I forgot to do the only thing that's keeping me alive. As far as I know, I'm the only one in PvP Civilization with this armor stand. And as long as I hit the armor stand 3 times, I'll come back to
Hemos
life.
cambiado
I don't know why I was
de
given this
capítulo.
power, but I do
Creo
know
que
that
sí,
I'm
¿no?
gonna use it to escape
Capítulo
this
3.
place, which is why I'm doing this. All right, I'm ready. I've never seen anyone die by a PvP guard, but I now know it is possible. Lucky for me, dying was a part of my plan. This PvP guard didn't believe my story before about dying and coming back to life, which is why I have to convince him. Nice work, man.
Whoa, what in the? How are you? You just died right there.
I already told you I have the power to come back to life. So, once you're done wrapping your head around that, I'm gonna need your help. Because I'm getting out of PvP civilization.
This whole time you were telling the truth about coming back to life, huh?
Efectivamente.
Man, I can't believe
Nunca
this.
mintió.
Wait,
Por
does
desgracia.
that mean you actually have a girlfriend too?
That's
No.
what I've been trying to tell you. Except I am starting to think the relationship might be a little one-sided, considering she was the one who caused my death, and she didn't seem too hesitant about it. We'll discuss our relationship status when I see her again.
Trato. Aquí imagino que es el siguiente capítulo. 1 hora y 24. Hostia puta. Es dentro de 22 minutos. Y nos vamos a tomar por culo. Y el terminar... O sea, quiero decir, otro día... Después de que nos haya hecho una anatomía o lo que sea, después de que el cerebro deje de funcionar, lo vemos. Hoy entero ni de coña, no. No, ni de coña. O sea, hasta la 1 de la mañana hoy viendo esto, una polla. Una polla, no. Yo creo que la otra vez Parkour Civilization lo vimos en 2 partes, creo. Estoy bastante seguro de que lo vimos en 2 partes. O sea, tío, es que no, vamos a ver, quiero decir.
Anyways,
20 minutos, 22 minutos más y somos libres.
And I've only managed to make it to level 2.
Ah, chico.
Can't you just keep dying until you get to the bottom level?
Well, yeah, it's probably gonna turn out that way.
If that's the case, then what do you need my help for?
I need you to be there to open the doors when I rank up. I can't have all of the other guards seeing me respawn over and over again. The less people that know about my power, the better. And since we're pretty close, I trust you.
Whoa, what do you think you're doing? Look, I've
Chuparte
been
el
very
pito.
open about not liking you, but you need to chill.
Relax, I'm helping you rank up to be a guard at level 2. At least I think I'm helping. I hit the PvP guard 2 more times, and all of a sudden, his helmet broke.
Well, would you look at that? My helmet's gone. I guess I can rank up now too.
Okay, just like I thought. When a guard's helmet breaks, they can rank up. That's why they're so willing to take extra hits from players.
Pido perdón por haber dudado. Los guardias tienen una forma diferente de vivir, que es cuando gastan armadura se supone que es mucho tal, y entonces son, como han luchado mucho, son más dignos y tal. Pido perdón. Una vez más se está desarrollando entre nosotros la mejor historia posible que se ha contado jamás en Minecraft.
Okay, well,
No sé
I
por
don't
qué he
know if you have
dudado.
any other plans today, but I'm ranking up right now, so I kinda need you to be there. I climbed down the ladder and made my way towards the wall, where I would rank up to a stone sword for the
Tengo
third
el cerebro
time
liso
in
como
my
la
life.
pura sed.
Hopefully, this time will be the last. I said goodbye to the guard as he made his way over to, well, wherever they rank up through. Hopefully, he'll be there to get me on the 2nd level, and I made my way over to the red gate, the one
Literalmente.
place you can go in PvP
El Hitchcock
civilization
de
to
nuestro
increase
tiempo,
your
este señor.
lifespan. As of now, my life is only as long as the
metáfora de la
amount of hits I have
circuncisión.
left with my wooden sword, which is only 59. But getting a stone sword increases your lifespan to 131 hits, which
No
is
jodas.
why I need to go deeper in PvP civilization.
Compra-
Who knows
compra
how long you can
Chesplate.
live if you have an iron sword. You could probably buy whatever you want down there without worrying about your sword breaking. Speaking of, I actually do need to buy something before level
Gracias.
2, and that is a leather chestplate. Except I can't go to level 2 with a boring leather chestplate. I gotta get the green one. 5 extra attacks for added style? Yes, please. This leather chestplate would be the key to ranking up to an iron sword. I need to win 5 PvP battles
Increíble.
to get to level 3, and having this chestplate is the best chance to guarantee my survival. But at the end of the day, it's not about the armor you wear. It's about your PvP skill. And if I'm not good enough to get 5 wins, well, then I'll just keep respawning until I do. Because I'm gonna get out of PvP civilization. I jumped down into the water and I was now at level 2. Alright, time to see if the
Me niego
PvP
a
guard
que
will
te voy a escribir un
uphold his
post y
end
te
of
voy a
the
decir
deal.
donde
Not
les
gonna
ayuda a
lie,
los
I
guardias
feel like this
resbalsado.
PvP
Es que es
guard
lo que tiene que
doesn't like
ser,
me
no
too
sé.
much. Let's see, he better
Que
on me
simplemente
to
sea, no, mira,
die.
uy,
He
ya, uy, se me
basically
ha roto
called
la
me
armadura.
unattractive, and he said I
poderoso
have
soy,
an
voy a subir de
insane amount
nivel.
of plot armor, whatever that means. Wait, why did I trust this guy? I waited
Si
at
tú
the
lo
door
dices,
for a
ok.
PvP guard to show up, and finally,
Ok.
the door opened.
Check this out. I'm officially a stone sword guard now. You know, you might be weird and have no friends, but I gotta give you credit for helping me out.
Okay, once again, that was unnecessary, but it doesn't matter. Let's go. This was my 2nd time making it to level 2, and I was already off to a better start. I had a chestplate, and I had a guard on the inside who I could trust. At least
Sí,
I
pero
think
luego,
so.
¿cómo vas a hacer para el
Hey,
siguiente nivel, chico?
what's behind this door right here? If you got me in there, there could be a shortcut to the bottom of PvP civilization.
That would be a terrible idea. With the amount of guards in there, there's no chance you make it out alive going in there.
Okay, that could be a valid excuse, or the creator of this place has nothing built behind there and they're stalling for another episode. Alright, let's run this back. I made it back to the stone
¿Puedes
sword level
respetar la
of
cuarta
PvP
pared, por favor?
civilization, and this time I wasn't gonna die at
Por
this
favor.
level. Okay, actually I should not say that, but point is I'm
Puedes
making it
respetar
further
un poco
this
la cuarta
time.
pared.
If I can
Un
just
mínimo.
get the woman's help, we can get out of here and she's gone. Well, that's just great. I am on my own. But you know what's not gone? My video journal machine. It's been a while since I've made an update. I should probably get back to that. I walked over and looked at the sign on the wall. I had 2 wins at the stone sword level of PvP civilization, and I would need 3 more to rank up to an iron sword.
Es
As of
súper
now,
guay.
I have 106 attacks left with my sword to get another victory.
No, ojalá
And
armadura,
over
pero es
100
gris.
attacks should be plenty to defeat an enemy.
Sí,
I
ojalá
mean,
la
at
armadura
least I
sea peor
hope
porque
so.
tardaría más
If I
en
can defeat
romperse,
someone
tío.
in over 100
Mejor
attacks, I
pintarle, ya
probably
está.
don't deserve to be here. Alright, it's time to fight so I can get to the bottom of PvP civilization. My first plan is to go over to the PvP marketplace. If I'm gonna find someone, it's
Sí, el
probably
parkour
gonna
lo
be
hacia
here.
arriba y el
No
parkour hacia abajo.
way. This
¿Cómo se
stage
lo
just
botaron
got
los
so
siguientes
much better.
superseries de
Not
Minecraft
for
Civilization? No
that
quería
guy,
saberlo.
but for me, let's go. So, good to see you again.
Looks like you can come back to life. Sorry about before.
No need to apologize. It was the obvious choice to make. I
Que tenga
had to
voz
be
de
the
estar
one to
muerta
die.
por
But
dentro le da
anyways, I
puntos a la
really think we
historia,
should
la
talk
verdad.
about things between me and you and our relationship.
The day you and I end up in a relationship will be the day my sword breaks, which means I'll be dead. So it's never happening.
Well, gotta respect the honesty. Look, all I'm saying is we live in a world where everyone is constantly fighting. So what if the solution
no,
is
Chupito.
love? Yeah, okay, I knew that didn't make any sense. Well, it looks like true love might
No,
not
ya,
exist in
ella le
PvP
enseñó a hacer
civilization
críticos.
after all. Next video journal
Hubo
is gonna be
un
sad.
capítulo al
Can you
principio de
stop
sucaciones de
talking? Let's
tal
go.
Sorry,
con
I
explicación.
thought you were just gonna keep walking.
Lo que yo estoy esperando es un
After facing the
360,
tough
que haya un
truth
poco
that
más,
I
porque
was single in PvP
si ya has enseñado
civilization,
críticos al
we
principio,
made
ya
it
no hay
back up
más.
and went into the
Termina
women's
ahí el
room.
PvP.
I walked over and looked at the sign on the wall. No way, you already have 5 PvP victories? That's insane. You can rank up to become an iron sword. So what are you doing here still?
You have a power that can help us both. So get your 5 wins because from here on out, ranking up as a team is the best way to survive.
All right, well, that I can do. I just need 3 more wins, but don't worry, I'll get right on it. Let's go. We got a lot of important stuff coming up in this adventure, so before I do anything, I have to update the video journal. All right, we are back at level 2 of PvP civilization. I got a chestplate this time, so I'm already off to a better start. That is physically, at least
Si existiera el
emotionally.
guión de esta obra
I
maestra,
don't
no
know if
tendría
I'm
ni un
doing that
signo de
good. I
puntuación
just
y
found
estaría
out that the
escrito sin
love of my life
espacios.
isn't the love of my life. So
Tal
that's
cual.
always hard to hear, but what can you do?
What are you doing? I told you to get your 5 wins, not talk about being single.
I know, I will. Can I just finish this video journal, please?
I can't believe I have this joke for a teammate.
Okay, well, on that note, it looks like I'm being pressured to wrap this up, so let's get back to business. I need 3 more PvP wins to rank up to an iron sword. Now, I'm not the greatest at PvP,
Sí, sí, a ver,
but
es que
I think I have a couple
igual
tricks up my
tenemos un
sleeve
recuerdo
that could
dulce
get me
de
these
Parkour
victories.
Civilization, pero Parkour
All right,
Civilization
till
lo
next
vimos en
time,
2 días y
signing
eran
off.
también 3
All right,
putas
there's gotta
horas.
be someone in
¿sabes?
here. Let's just hope this works. Hello?
Who's there?
Pizza delivery.
I didn't order a pizza.
Are you sure? I'm pretty sure I have the right room. All right, this is definitely not gonna work.
Okay, I did order a pizza. Just leave it at the door, please.
No way it actually worked. Okay, I left the pizza here. I'm leaving now. All right, time to PvP.
Did you take my pizza?
Yeah, there's no pizza. Sorry, what even are you? Are you a rock?
My name's Gonk.
All right, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't think this conversation would go on for this long, so I'm here to fight. I tried to ignore the fact that I was fighting a literal rock and tried to focus on
¿Por qué
not
pegas a
dying.
Gonk?
Luckily, my chestplate gave me just enough protection to survive the battle. I earned my 3rd victory, and the durability of my stone
¿Por qué
sword
pega a
went
Gonk?
back up to full. Just 2 more victories to go, except before I can go into another fight, I need to
Entonces,
get
¿por qué
food from
acabas
the
de matar a
PvP
Gonk, tío?
marketplace.
O sea,
Surprisingly, I came back from the
¿Esperas
PvP
que empatice
marketplace
contigo
with
después de que
only
mates a
food.
Gonk?
For once in my life, I didn't buy every unnecessary
hecho
thing
ningún
there is to
crítico,
buy.
además.
I think it's safe to say that my shopping addiction is getting better. Now, I need to find someone else to battle.
Excuse me?
Oh no, please don't have a chest plate.
Hey, look, I don't want to fight. I'm just looking for my friend Conk. Have you seen him?
Oh, this is gonna be weird.
We both just ranked up. He lives right across from me.
Yeah, I don't know if I've seen him, but hey, if you show me a picture of him, I could probably help you find him.
He's a rock. He looks just like this.
Okay, so your friend, this Conk guy who I've never met, is a rock. I don't know if I've seen him, but hey, if you show me a picture of him, I could probably help you find him.
He's a rock. He looks just like this.
Solo han hecho falta 1 hora y 10 minutos para llegar a un punto en el que podamos decir ha merecido la pena. Pero realmente ha merecido la pena. Ha merecido la pena llegar hasta aquí.
Okay, so your friend, this conch guy who I've never met, is a rock. I mean, I feel like I need to ask the obvious question, but how can you be sure this isn't him?
Well, yes, but no, that's not him. He's like a person.
I don't know. I mean, if you ask me, this looks like it could be him.
Conk's not around anymore, is he?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, he's
Poquito
not
honk.
around anymore. Alright, well, cameo's over, time to fight. My second battle of the day had begun. This time, I felt much stronger in the battle, and I managed to win the fight with 5.5 hearts left. I had 4
Pero ¿por qué no
wins
haces
under
un
my
puto
belt, and I
crítico,
only
tío?
needed 1 more to rank up. Let's go, let's get this 5th win and rank up to an iron sword. Wait,
Le va a
what
ganar
the-
este man.
At that moment, I realized I picked the wrong person to fight for my 5th victory. But the good news is I am practically immortal in PvP Civilization, so I can always try again. Man, those were some good combos you had in that fight.
What the? I just defeated you. How are you back?
I really don't know. Hopefully I'll get the answer at the end of the story,
Esto-
though. 2
esto
hits
es- o
later,
sea, quiero
I had
decir-
my...
Todo esto es como un reenactment de la experiencia de un boss de Dark Souls. Al final lo que está pasando es como ha cogido la experiencia de un boss de Dark Souls que no para de aparecer el mismo subnormal 50 veces, el puto Radán del DLC, ¿sabes? De Shadow Tree. Que apareces 50 putas veces a pegarte con él seguidas, 3 días seguidos pegándote con él, el mismo subnormal todo el puto rato. Y el tío, por favor, basta ya, o sea, ¿qué pasa? Tal. Ha cogido eso y lo ha convertido en un universo narrativo. Solamente eso. El resto de gente tiene una vida y él tiene 200. Él tiene infinitas.
5th victory as a stone sword. Just a little bit ago,
Sorry,
I
el-
thought
el
I
plot de un
would never
anime
be able
más
to get
jodido.
5 victories, but now I'm here. I can't believe this. We're actually gonna get to level 3 of PvP Civilization.
Well then, let's get going. There's no time to waste.
You are absolutely right.
Bueno,
There's
eso
no
eran
time to
los
waste,
viejos.
which is why we need to update the video journal
Dormammu ha
right
venido a
now.
negociar.
And this time, it's not gonna be me doing the update. It's gonna be you.
Are you
Dormammu.
serious? I just said we don't have time to waste. I'm not doing this.
Look, we don't know what's gonna happen at level 3. This might be your last chance ever to do a video journal update.
Fine.
All right, just say your thoughts and your feelings.
I think that this machine is a complete waste of money, and I think no one wants to hear every single thought you have at any given moment.
Not
Gracias.
bad. You just gotta add an intro next time, like, hey, what's up?
This is ridiculous. I'm not doing this anymore. If you're still talking in 30 seconds, I'm sending you back to level 1.
Aw, man. Well, at least we got something out of her. All right, I guess I'm down to 30 seconds. Both the woman and I are about to rank up to become Iron Swords in PvP Civilization. We know nothing about what life is like on the layer below us. It's only a matter of time before we find
Will
out
you be
how
happy with
long
this
Iron
society?
Swords can live for. The thing is that I'm gonna be the one to find out first because I'm going in alone. Both the woman and I agreed that since I have the ability to come back to life, I should be the one to go in alone. And if I'm not back in 5 minutes, she'll rank up herself. But if things go poorly, which I'm not gonna lie, things usually don't go as planned here, I can come back to life and both the woman and I can rank up together so we can face whatever threat lies beyond this door. Alright, well, that's the plan. Hopefully a video journal machine exists at level 3 because I need to make more updates. Signing off. I walked into the hallway that looked exactly like the hallway at level 1, except this time the entry was made with white concrete, and I knew exactly what that meant. I walked through the doors and my stone sword transformed into an iron sword. This was the
Ya
beginning
es verdad,
of an
la
entirely
goma no sabemos
new
cómo se
life
llama.
in
Igual la goma se
PvP
llama Gonk
Civilization.
también, y es
Okay,
Gonk.
it looks like there are things to buy
¿Sabes?
here before going to level 3. I just gotta
Este
remind
mozal
myself
esos
that
tíos.
every swing of my sword counts. I just have to be smart. I walked over to the hole in the middle of the room. Once I jump down, I'll be at level 3, and there's no coming back. That is, unless I die, but I kinda don't want that to be the new norm. I went
Compra
over
cosas,
to the
loco.
armor stands to see what items were available to buy. An iron chestplate for 50 attacks? That seems expensive, but how many attacks do I even have? I swung at the armor stand once and looked down at my sword to see that my life was now 250 attacks long. This is insane. I bought a chestplate for 50 attacks and my life is still 200 PvP attacks long. Oh man, imagine how long people live for at level 4 or even level 5. All right, what do we got over here? Green iron chestplate? Oh, okay. I'm definitely already making a bad decision. Let me do the math. 200 minus 75. It doesn't matter. I'm buying it anyways. Let's go. Look, I'm not proud of these purchases, but committing to the FBO brand and always wearing green is very important to me. Unfortunately, me buying multiple chest plates kind of opened the gates to buy more stuff. A water bucket sounds cool. A flint and steel also sounds very cool. The toughest decision I've ever had to make in my
Preparaos,
life.
se
A
ve
video
silencio.
journal machine or a PvP mansion. Okay, I've decided. I'm getting the PvP mansion. I'll go back and get a new video journal machine and then and my brand new iron sword already broke. Man, how does that happen so fast?
Pero ¿por qué no te quedas ni
Okay,
muerto,
my
hijo de
excuse is I
puta?
died in a very intense PvP battle.
Look, buddy.
No, todavía no hemos llegado a lo que seguramente sea mitad.
You
Me cago
keep
en Dios.
dying every 5 minutes. I'm gonna have to rethink our arrangement.
Look, I'm trying, man, okay? Conditions are tough at level 3. I mean, you've never been there, you wouldn't know.
Please just get better.
Sorry, I'll try to die less. Hey, hold up. Random question. Are we friends?
No. What on earth would make you think we're friends? I literally only care about ranking up, and you happen to be the best option.
I guess I can live with that. I'm just trying to figure out if the woman and I are friends. I don't even know what makes a friend, to be honest.
Well, for starters, friends usually know each other's names. Why would we be friends? You
Grande,
don't even know
loco.
my name.
Whoa. That goes both ways. You don't even know my name, and you've never asked.
Your name is Evbo. You literally have a floating name tag above your head.
People can see that? Weird, I guess. It's kind of like this entire thing revolves around me. All right, well, thanks for that. Maybe I'll ask you your name sometime in the future. But right now, I have
No le
some
pregunto su
serious
nombre, entonces,
explaining
chico,
to
es
do.
muy mal
Let's
educado.
see
¿Qué
how
le pasa a
this
este puto
goes.
man?
Okay, I'm just gonna lay everything out there. I don't want to hold anything back. I don't want to scare you. It's very dangerous. There are a lot of enemies behind the wall.
So that means you bought a bunch of stuff you didn't need and broke your sword, right?
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. I mean, I wasn't lying. In my case, armor stands are dangerous. After my first run, I lost my privilege to get an iron sword by myself. So this time, I'm going with the woman. I'm a little scared because she's personally overseeing everything that I buy before level 3, but in all honesty, I probably need the supervision. Both of us now had iron swords in our hands, and we were ready to go to the next level of PvP civilization. The woman decided to get herself an iron chestplate, which makes sense considering this is her one and only life. However, my request to get a green iron chestplate again was denied, with the potential punishment being death by the woman's sword, so that was off the table. Look, just think about it. If it's 100 attacks, it has to be awesome.
This isn't just affecting your life, you know. We need to survive, and a PvP mansion doesn't help with that.
I don't know. I mean, one might argue that a PvP mansion could help us survive. Okay. I'm not gonna get it. I promise I'm not gonna get it.
Out of all the people it could have been, the power of immortality went to the shopping addict.
¿Significa algo
level
ese
3,
ataque?
Here we go. Whenever you're ready, you jump, I'll be right behind you.
Es que yo ya tengo dudas de cómo funciona esto, de la economía interna del contacto físico de este puto videojuego.
I promised I wouldn't get the mansion, but to live in PvP civilization without the video journal machine, I would rather die. All right, now I'm ready for real. My life as an iron sword in PvP civilization starts now. I jumped into the hole and landed in a giant pool of water, just like at the stone sword level. All right, no enemies, no
¿Cuál
people
coño?
with
O
iron.
sea, en algún momento va a haber algo de la mierda esta. Es muy probable que sea decepcionante. Pero si compra el arma se la entrega y se suicida. Yo imagino que no puedes entregarla. O si lo hace, a ver, debería hacerlo, pero que igual le pilla a la policía y la mata. O igual simplemente es tonto.
No, you don't need to. I mean, you can. You're just not going to get an answer you like.
The fact that I could have died over a video journal machine is ridiculous.
Trust me, once you see the videos that come out later about my life in PvP civilization, you'll understand the vision. We walked to the end of the tunnel, but something was different about this level. There were no PvP guard doors blocking the way out. The path was open, and we were free to go on through into civilization. Okay, well, no point in waiting any longer. I followed the woman until we got to the ladder at the end of the tunnel. The door was open, and we stepped in to level 3 of PvP civilization. Everywhere I looked, there were trees that I've never seen before, and the walls of PvP civilization were filled in with white rocks, letting us know that we had made it to the iron sword level. So what now? There's no PvP guards anywhere. All of a sudden, both the woman and I were ambushed by a player with an iron sword. But after hitting us both one time, the player just left.
¿Acaba de hablar en parkour ese hombre? O sea, en parkour en PvP. Acaba de expresarse en PvP. En fluido PvP. Acaba de pasar. Está hablando PvP.
What just happened? Am I crazy? Or did that person just speak with sword noises? I am so confused.
Increíble.
I apologize for him. He was just testing to see if either one of you were the chosen one. But the legends say that the chosen one is too powerful to be touched by a sword. So, I guess that rules the both of you out.
Okay, what is going on? If you're looking for a fight, just remember it's a 2v1. So I would think carefully about what you're gonna do.
Relax. The iron swords of PvP civilization don't fight. This is a level of peace. You two are safe and are free to live long lives here.
Wait, the iron sword people don't fight? Okay, Wait, why did that guy sound like a sword?
That guy speaks PvP. It's hard to understand.
Did I just hear that right?
I suggest you both claim a house for yourselves, and if you have any questions at all, feel free to visit my mansion and we can talk.
And with that, the mysterious player ran away, leaving us to
skin
question
de mierda,
everything he
loco.
just told us. Okay, that was a lot of information, but I can tell we're thinking the exact same thing. How do we learn how to speak PvP?
What? No? More like who or what is the chosen one?
Right. Yeah, that was probably second on my list of questions. Just like the player told us, the woman and I climbed up the ladder to find 2 open rooms at the top. It looked like once again we were living across from each other, so I had the added protection. But did I even need protection if no one fights here? Why would people not fight at the Iron Sword level of PvP civilization? After hitting the armor stand and closing my door, I had claimed this house as my own. But something was different.
No hay
This
cuenta de
house
muertos, ¿eh?
didn't have a sign next to my name saying how many victories I had. It looks like people don't fight at this level after all. Life was getting super confusing, so of course when that happens, the best thing to do is to vent your thoughts and talk to yourself. The Iron Sword level of PvP civilization was nothing like I expected. I thought this would be the most dangerous level so far, yet that player told me we're safe to live long lives here. While that sounds nice, I'm concerned with the fact that there was no mention about the next layer. So my next questions are, what is the next level and can I even reach it? Well, the only way I'm gonna find out answers is by exploring. So I'm signing off again. I walked out from my room and for the first time at this level, I saw a PvP guard. Wait, don't go. I need to ask you a couple questions. Wait, hold on. You're the guard that I bribed at the Stone Sword level. I see you ranked up now. Congrats.
Oh yeah, thanks man. I couldn't have done it without you. Congrats to yourself for getting an Iron Sword. So, what do you want to know?
All right, well, give me the rundown. Is there a daily PvP attack I need to do? How do I get to the next level? Just anything I need to know about this level, I'll take.
Well, you're in luck. I got good answers for you. No daily PvP attack, no requirements to rank up to the next level. The only thing that's really expected of you is to pay respects to the Chosen One over through that door. It's not mandatory, but everyone here believes in the Chosen One. If you don't pay your respects, people might not like you because of it, but that's pretty much it. Alright, I'll catch you later.
So no daily PvP attacks, no
Son unos putos
requirements to rank
monjes.
up to the next level, and the only thing expected is to pay respects to this so-called Chosen One? What is the Chosen One? I walked through the door the guard told me about, and I looked upon a massive statue in the middle of the room. I have no idea what's going on, but already 2 people today have told me something about the Chosen One. I walked around the statue and I saw a staircase on the back side of it, so I made my way over. When I went over, I saw someone with an iron chestplate going towards the top, so I decided to follow them up. When I got to the top, I realized that the person standing there was the same person who attacked the woman and I when we both ranked up, and all he did was swing at an armor stand. Hey, excuse me, what were you just doing up here? Did you buy something with that armor stand?
Va a hablar en espada.
What is that for?
Increíble.
Okay, I don't speak PvP. Okay, I don't even know what that's supposed to mean. I walked over to the armor stand myself to see what it was. Is this what the guard meant about paying respects to the Chosen One? Maybe this armor stand is the Chosen One, I don't know. Well, I have 177 swings left, so I guess I can spare one. I swung once at the armor stand that may or may not be the Chosen One. That's unconfirmed as of right now, and nothing happened. So that's one wasted PvP attack, but it's okay because I have a lot left. I went through a second door and I realized that this was the direction the player told me to go to find him at his mansion. The only question is, where are the PvP mansions? No way that's the PvP mansion up there. They say PvP doesn't buy happiness, but all I'm saying is, if I lived on the top floor like this, well, let's just say I don't think PvP civilization would continue, because I think I would just stay here forever. Hello? Anyone here? I heard the swing of the sword and the door opened.
First time seeing a PvP mansion, I take it? Be my guest. Have a look around.
Oh, I most certainly will. No way. Double bed, open floor plan, video journal. Oh man, this can't get any better than... And it has a pool. I actually need it. I actually don't think I've seen anything this great. Please tell me how the pool is. It has to be great, right? Is it heated?
We live in a world where we're forced to fight the people we care about in exchange for survival. Having this luxury doesn't put my mind at ease.
Whoa, that went dark really fast. Jeez, I was just asking about the pool. Okay, time for real questions. Why are we safe here? Why aren't people fighting each other to get to level 4?
Because no one survives at level 4.
No one survives level 4? But why? What's so different about down there than any of the other levels?
Ranking up to a gold sword would be throwing your life away. Your life is diminished to all of 30 hits, and one misplaced PvP attack is all it takes to end it. Which is why we wait.
Terrible, tú. Las espadas de oro, o sea, los objetos de oro tienen una mierda de durabilidad. Increíble lore.
For the chosen one to guide us forward.
Who is this chosen one? Okay, am I following you? I guess I'm following you. The player that went by the name of Parrot led me back into the room I was just in before. He said that this was the chosen one.
The chosen one is said to have an unbreakable sword, a never-ending life to lead us all out of this nightmare.
Me pregunto quién
The
será.
chosen one has a never-ending life. You seriously got all that just by looking at this statue?
It's written in the stone. The chosen one will be born at the wooden sword level.
Parrot motioned at the head that was carved into the rock, the head that was made out of wood. I couldn't help but think about the obvious. I was born at the wooden sword level, and I can come back to life. There's no possible way that the chosen one is me, right? But if it is, and people find out that I am the chosen one, I don't even know what I'd be getting myself into. Man, the chosen one, that seems like a big responsibility. Just glad it's not me, right?
Yeah, that's right. We already went over the fact that it can't be you. The chosen one is said to be the best at PvP.
Okay, well, let's not jump to any conclusions, okay? I'm sure the chosen one has had some off days at PvP, if they're out there. Okay, if I actually am the chosen one, I'm gonna need to get much better at PvP. I don't get it. I mean, even if getting past the gold sword level is nearly impossible, isn't it worth the risk to at least try? I mean, shouldn't we all be trying to get out of here?
At the end of the day, what do we know
Todavía
about
no he visto la
life
mini las
outside?
películas, tengo curiosidad.
I mean, hey,
Tiene que ser horrible,
maybe
pero...
life in here is a gift and shouldn't be taken for granted.
And with that, Parrot
No sé,
ascended into his
no sé en qué
mansion,
momento voy a
leaving me to
verla,
think
pero
about
vamos.
the unanswerable question. Is life outside of
Supongo
these
que un
walls
día de
better
resaca,
than it
versión
is in
guarra
here?
por ahí,
But as I
grabada
thought
en
it
un
over,
cine.
the more I realized that that
Tira en la
can't be
cama.
the case. Because I know
No,
that a
plan.
life of resorting to violence to survive could never be a gift. Apparently, the so-called chosen one is so good at PvP that they can never be hit by a sword. Evidently, I am not at that level yet. All right, we're good, I'm gonna die. Good practice, though. I feel like I'm getting better. Okay, you owe me some golden carrots now. While the rest of the people with iron swords are content with staying at this level forever, I am not. Which is why I'm practicing. You sure practicing is a good idea? I mean, at this point, you're just wasting hits with your sword. And that is your one and only life.
If the gold sword level is as hard as they say, I need to be better.
She was right. Parrot said that no one ever makes it past level 4. Whatever life is like down there is something completely different than anything we've seen in PvP civilization.
el nombre de la
The
tía en
problem
algún
with that
momento,
is
tío.
how do you prepare for something that you know nothing about? But I think I have the solution. I think I'm done waiting. As long as I have the gift of coming back to life, I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna go through the red gate and get my gold sword. Everyone at this level seems to be on the same page, and that they're all waiting for the chosen one to guide them forward. Maybe I am the chosen one, and they're waiting for me to do what I'm about to do. But even if I'm not the chosen one, the answer is clear to me. There's no requirement to rank up to
Estamos
a
cerca de
golden
irnos a
sword,
dormir.
so there's no reason to keep staying here.
puto
Also,
vlog más
another
antes,
random
me
thought
cago
I
en tu
just
puta
had,
estampa.
there's really no reason to
Que hemos
close my
pasado ya
door
la hora
if
esa.
no one at
Vale,
the
en
Iron
cuanto llegue
Sword level
pausa.
fights. I guess I'll save the extra attack. All right, well, time for the FBO tradition of video journaling right before I rank up to the next level. So, I'm about to enter level 4 of PvP Civilization. Am I scared of dying? I mean, not really, because I should come back to life. Am I scared of potentially being the chosen one? Definitely. If the entirety of PvP Civilization is counting on me to be their savior, I don't know if I'm good enough to do that. Well, at least not yet. Also, what happens if I let these people down? I mean, everyone here worships the chosen one. If I let them down, there's a very real chance they could turn on me, or something worse, I don't know. Probably best to not think about it. But anyways, if I die at the golden sword level, I definitely am getting a PvP mansion when I get back. Well, that about sums up everything. I'm gonna go to the golden sword level, figure out why no one's been able to get past level 4, and if I die, I'll come back and try again. All right, long update today. Wait, why does this say share? Didn't know video journal machines could get updates. Okay, I hit share. I don't know what happens now. Wait, maybe someone outside of PvP Civilization can see it. All right, I don't know. It's probably nothing. Hey, you didn't happen to get a copy of my video journal, did you? No? No? Okay. Well, it's time to go. If anyone says anything about where I've gone, just say I'm trying to learn how to speak PvP somewhere privately.
Por favor,
I don't
pausa
know.
ya.
Just make up whatever you want.
Hey, good luck down there.
Hey, before I go, I've never asked you this, but what is your name?
Tiene que-
Wow,
hay como
I'll
hay
try to
claramente
forget
un
the
momento
fact
de
that it
pausa
took
de
you 3
anuncios.
full episodes to ask, but I'm Tabby.
Tabby. Okay, well, I got my first friend in PvP Civilization.
I never said anything about
Tiene nombre.
being friends. You know nothing about me. You literally just learned my name. Why would we be friends?
Well, that's not what the guard said. Okay, whatever. We'll talk about it when I get back. I made my way over to the Red Gate, the one wall in PvP Civilization
Entra aquí, se mata y nos vamos a tomar por culo.
that
¡Hostia, es
symbolizes
Gustavi! ¡Es Gustavo!
is ranking up. When I got over to the armor stand, I only hit it once
Ha
and the
vuelto,
door
Gustavo.
already opened. It turns out that the intel I had
En
was
forma de
correct.
tabi.
There are no requirements to rank up to a
Está en
golden
puto Berlín ahora,
sword. If
Gustavo.
there were, well, then I wouldn't have been able to get through these doors. But sure enough, I was through the red gate, and I saw the golden entryway that would allow my iron sword to transform into a golden sword. If what Parrot
imagino
said
que
was
alguno de
correct,
nosotros la habrá
getting this
visto entrar,
golden
quiero decir.
sword means that my lifespan will be shortened. I no longer have the luxury of living for 250 attacks. I now have to survive with half the amount of attacks I would have had as a wooden sword. So, I'm about to enter level 4 of PvP Civilization. Am I scared of dying? I mean, not really, because I should come back to life. Am I scared of potentially being the chosen one? Definitely. In the hallways before level
Cuidado.
4,
La
I noticed
historia,
something
cuidado.
different. There were no
¿Tú qué es
armor
eso de lo de...?
stands to buy
¿Qué
anything.
¿Os sale en el chat a todos o solamente me sale a mí? Saturnula23 ha canjeado y sale un gato extraño. Celebración en pantalla. Han metido una cosa nueva de triángulos en Twitch. O sale en el chat, pero sale también en pantalla. Sale Miris en pantalla y no lo he visto. Terrible. Bien triangulado.
To prepare for
Esa
the
mierda es
level
nueva, ¿no?
below.
La primera vez que lo veo,
No
la he puesto 2
food,
veces.
No armor, and no video journal machine, which is probably for the best if I'm being honest. This golden sword would be the only thing I
Haced
can
un...
take
Bueno, luego
down
miro
to
esto
level
en
4.
el
That means
subido.
that the only thing that will
Para
determine
celebrar
my
que consigo la
survival
nueva
is my
espada.
PvP skill. Supposedly, the only way to survive at the golden sword level is to make every single attack count. So that's what I have to do. Well, that about sums up everything.
Ah, vale.
Why share this?
No
with me?
sabía.
My descent into level 4 begins now. I jumped off the ledge with hopes that I'd find out why no one makes it past level 4. And within a few seconds, I already figured out why. I woke up back in my bed at level 1 of PvP Civilization. For once, I didn't die
Va a
in
añadir
battle.
parkour porque va a tener que bajar con un cubo de agua. Por esto se ha muerto. Damos pausa.
I didn't die by buying stuff I didn't need, but I died from fall damage. In every other level of PvP Civilization, there's
Tiene que haber un momento en el que se sienta como pausa.
water at the bottom to break your fall, but getting to the gold sword level is impossible. No one could possibly survive that
que
fall,
me está dando
which
ganas
is
de verlo
why
entero, tío, que
everyone
no.
thinks that getting past level 4 is impossible. The truth is that people don't even make it to level 4 to begin with. And the only reason I know that is because I have the power to come
Quiero
back
decir,
to life.
Hace no mucho estaba all-in a pausar. Pero hemos pasado... De aquí a aquí ha habido un avance de historia. Se llama Tabi la Woman. Hay un man que habla en espada. Chico...
I couldn't help but think about all of the people that thought they were
Está hablando
ranking
más
up, but
lento
they
que
never
antes, que
had a
también es
chance in the
importante.
first place. Because PvP Civilization was designed to never make it to the bottom, which is why I need to use my power to find out why. I'm gonna go to the Golden Sword level, figure out why no one's been able to get past level 4, and if I die, I'll come back and try again.
If Evbo's the chosen one, then he'll have to die.
PvP Civilization has 5
Vale,
levels.
esa era la pausa. Ahora sí, esa era la pausa. Creo que hay que pausar. No, creo que hay que pausar. Creo que hay que pausar. Son las 12 de la noche, queda una puta hora y 20, tío. Ha habido ahí claramente una pantalla negra. Son las 12 de la noche y queda una hora y 20. A dormir. Seguiremos. No sé cuándo. Probablemente el domingo que viene. No lo sé. Bueno, no sé el domingo que viene si puedo, ¿no? No lo sé. No lo sé. Seguiremos. Ha empezado horrible. O sea, el comienzo ha sido duro de cojones, ¿eh? Vamos a empezar a llamar Evo como huevo. No es mal nombre. El comienzo ha sido criminal, tú. Pero ha sido llegar man espada, tú. Ha mejorado con el tiempo. Veremos. ¿Cuándo se acaba? Yo diría el domingo que viene, pero no sé si voy a poder. En principio creo que sí, no sé. De primera es el domingo que viene. Se hace domingo a domingo. Y si no, pues igual otro día me apetece y lo digo. Pero vamos, yo qué sé, ya veremos. En principio, de semana a semana. A dormir, que estoy cansado, tío. Es que queda 1 hora y 20. Que son 2 horas 50 putos minutos, loco. De un man hablando sin parar. O sea, siento como el cerebro se me está derritiendo. Es que no, o sea, no puedo, loco.